Got my hands rubbing to get. Well, that actually hurts because I burnt my finger.
Dummy.
What is going on, All Terrain Nation? Whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or these bad MFers that we all like to drive, this is your All Terrain Nation presented by
White Knuckle Off-Road products.
That is right. White Knuckle Off-Road. John and Natalie over there in Southern California, who I think personally make the best rock sliders, the best protection. Whether you actually plan to off-road your vehicle or not, think of this. They're frame-mounted rock rails. And guess what? That happens in a side impact. If your family's in that vehicle, it gives you a little more frame sticking outside the vehicle to help protect your family. And that's at minimum what I think they can do for you. So go check out their website. That's all they ask is check them out. If you buy something from them, cool. Tell them Dave and Kelly sent you over there, but we don't get anything from it, and we don't offer a discount code. They just they want to support the channel, and that's what they do. So this is your Bronco Talk Live, and it is Monday. Oh, man, it changes in the air, Allie. Changes in the air. How is Michigan today?
Michigan is cold and rainy.
Cold and rainy. Ugh. What is cold for August?
It's like 65 right now.
Ugh. I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking probably 65.
We're supposed to be in the 70s tomorrow. So
we've had the wildest weather the past couple of weeks. We had a tornado. We had a funnel cloud go over me and my cousin's house on Friday.
Yeah.
Guess who was hyperventilating in her basement?
Oh no.
Peugeot says it's 105 in Texas. It was 98 here today.
Oh.
And it rained, so we had that thick Tennessee humidity that just really, really sucked.
Well, I ran to grab lunch and I hadn't turned the truck on before I went out there. And it
rookie
said
mistake.
I know, and it said 96 when I got in it. And I was like, no, that's not really 96 because it's probably just because you know how sometimes when you start your truck, it gives you this way higher than normal temperature.
It did not driving.
It did not change. Yeah.
It was hot.
It was hot.
Well, hopefully it's unless Steven Phoenix comes in. He's about
He
about the only guy that can raise the bar of
Scott
hot.
said it's 106 here. Eric Jefferson said it's 115 here today.
No.
Seth said 60 in Iowa.
Okay. It feels like we've had we've had a lot of rain this summer, which has kind of kept our temperatures down a little bit. So that's kind of nice for us, and hopefully it's been nice for you guys where you got to enjoy your Bronco. We haven't been able to take the doors off but one time this year.
have not taken my door. I'm really hoping that for Woodward I can take my doors off.
Nice. We're hoping we get to see you around Woodward now. Like Mustang Watch 2024 is in effect.
Did I not call this about 3 months ago?
I know you did.
I know we should have just booked our flight, and we'd save a whole lot more money than what it's going to cost us probably to fly there.
Right.
So.
But as of now, we will be unless Allie calls us and says, "Hey, your Mustang's on its way." We will be this coming Friday. We will be in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, for the Bronco Stampede.
Mm-hmm.
The same people that do the Jeep Invasion there, which is a massive event. They wanted first year of the Broncos, and I think it'll be pretty good. I don't think it'll be what we've seen for Jeep.
Right. Being a first year event.
And I'm going in with expectations like that. And, we interviewed the Justin over there a couple weeks ago. And look, Allie, you're screwing my sales pitch up here. But we interviewed Justin there with the event. I don't know what he calls his event proper, but it looks like it's going to be a good time. He does have some club parking. We will be parked with the Tennessee club there.
Mm-hmm.
At one point our Bronco was going to be in the show.
Yeah.
Then Alan was like, I'm driving mine over there. And I was like, damn it, Alan. It's actually good for us. We don't have a second car right now.
Yeah, we don't have our Mustang yet.
I'd be like, can I hitch a ride with somebody?
Right.
I'm hungry. Daddy's hungry.
But and when he gets hungry, it's not fun.
It's hangry.
Throw me a Snickers there. But I'm kind of looking if Woodward's, we know what to expect with that. If we happen to be up there, that's always going to be a massively fun time. Maybe we can see Allie or at least her vehicle, and she'll be somewhere there, and we'll never see Allie the whole time we would be in Michigan, which would be how it normally goes.
Do you realize if we were to go to Woodward this year, because we had to, this would be the third year in a row that we would be at Woodward. And I had never gone to the Dream Cruise prior to that.
Praise Dale. But yeah, no, that would be crazy. And obviously the, I know Bronco Nation over there, Mr. Tire Changer himself is going to put on a good show for the Bronco community. So I think that's going to be a good time. But I mean, I'm honestly looking forward to, we need the Mustang as fast as possible, but I'm kind of was excited to go because we know what the Jeep invasion was last year.
For sure.
Now I don't think the crew that we'd be hanging with would be as partying down as ones we were last year, but it'll be a fun time. I think we'll get to manufacturings. I know our buddies with Diabolical, Alan will be over there pimping his wares. I know Mountains to Metal will be over there as well. So go tell Nick and them we said hi if you don't see us. I'm sure we'll be hovering around one of the two booths, while we're there trying to get some cool interviews. But it is what it is. And you know what else it is? Something caught me off guard there. It's Badlands. It's heavyweight time. It's Badlands versus Wildtrak. And these are the two heavyweights we're going to get into here in a few minutes when our special guests arrive, because Allie has no clue who these special guests are, which is great.
You still haven't told her?
No, not at all.
No.
Which is great. So we have two. I've been trying to get two special guests each show for this. And I want to say shout out to my buddy Matt Porter, Tattoo Matt, who is in the chat. I don't know if he's still in there or not, but trying to get on the show. And we will do a special show just with you, Tattoo Matt. I want to spend.
I do love his rig.
Oh yeah, it's massive.
Yeah.
I want to talk to him, and maybe we can get Bill Evil Bronco on that show as well, because they're buddies, and I think that would be a good conversation. But heavyweights, ladies, these are. I mean, obviously there is a king of this jungle, and I'm going to say it's Raptor. But these are the everyday. These are the blue collar heavyweights, the ones you can afford.
It's like I don't even think you can like put Raptor in here because we all know it's the top dog.
Yeah.
But I mean,
but price is a deterrent for Raptor.
It's like putting a dark horse next to a GT, or like and saying what's the best. It's comparable.
Well, and speaking of, and we've known some of this information for a little bit. Sorry,
are we jumping to the information versus tonight?
Well, we're going to get into that, but I have guests coming in here in a couple minutes, so I just kind of want to hit on this. And this comes to us from Bronco 6G, and of course, Allie can give us a little bit more updates to this. But for one, the base is gone. Base, how low can you go?
R.I.P.
Death row, what a brother knows, because it is out of here. Maybe not all. Maybe it comes back. Maybe it doesn't in a different iteration. But something I've kind of thought would happen was they're starting to thin down options there. It's not as cut and dry of like, I get 2.7 with this or 2.3. Allie, what's the lowdown with this?
So these are correct. So base is going away. Let's do the quick. Starting at Big Bend, your 12-inch touchscreen on all series is standard. Marine grade vinyl seats standard on Big Bend. 2.7 engine is deleted from Big Bend, so you can only get the 2.3. Black diamond, looks like all the Steelies are gone, so no more Steelies. Outer Banks, 2-door is eliminated for you.
That was a surprise to me.
On the Heritage?
No, on the
no, Outer Banks.
Outer Banks, I'm sorry.
But I will say, thinking about that when we were talking pre-show, Allie, I don't recall seeing a ton of 2-door Outer Banks.
No, I think Laura's is a 2-door Outer Banks.
But
she's
I
mean, a program car.
Yeah, I haven't seen many Outer Banks in 2-door or 2-door and Outer Banks.
Yeah, I think I've sold 2, and that's about it. So that's deleted. Leather seats are standard. High package and Lux package have been combined.
Right.
So I think it's just called the Lux package now. So maybe they just have the mid and the Lux package. I have to wait to see on that. Badlands, you only have a 2.7.
And that makes sense to me.
Maybe a manual?
No, I believe manual. Well, if it's only 2.7,
all it says is 10 speeds auto trans not available with 2.3 engine on Badlands. So I have to check.
Right. And this we're going to say that usually Bronco 6G, they're pretty good with some of the stuff, but we won't call this the end all be all of information. I know next couple of days some of this is going to trickle out as well. But yeah, if the Badlands is only getting a 2.7, obviously the manual transmission doesn't fit with that. So that's kind of a bummer for people that want the shifties.
So remind me, Allie, between the high and the Lux. So what What's the difference? So what are you not getting on
So-
high that you would get on Lux?
So really, the Lux package, I'd have to pull it just to see to make sure, because I don't know if they changed anything else on it.
No, what I mean previously. Do you remember?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay, that's okay.
Not tonight.
That's okay. No
We're
worries.
having a
I just
day.
wasn't sure if you knew off the top of your head because I because I
Well,
use them. I don't
Lux-
use them interchangeably, but I
Lux
think
got you the heated steering wheel. I do know that. I don't believe
Yeah.
High actually got you that.
okay.
No, I
Um,
didn't. So high, you basically got the touchscreen, I believe adaptive cruise. Do you guys have
B&O
it?
sound system with Lux.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
So really, it's not much.
auto
That,
high beams.
so there's not much
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Heritage gets Yellowstone finally, which is weird because they launched that Heritage edition in Yellowstone.
Yeah, but Heritage gets Heritage Limited gets Yellowstone.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is weird though, because they launched that in the that was the launch video of that color, and then like, oh, you can't have that basically till next year. Oh, okay, head scratcher.
Well, it's the colored hardtops all over again.
Oh, sure.
But for
Um,
Badlands too, the 33 beadlock capable wheel got deleted, and then for Wildtrak, the heavy duty modular bumper is standard.
Yeah. Which I think we're going to see more changes next year. What I think has to do with how much people actually take to these changes. You know, they're going to do the math. Obviously, these things are getting more and more expensive. You start getting into Badlands Wildtrak, which we'll discuss tonight, which is already kind of a head scratcher because they're almost identical vehicles, really, especially with what they're taking away. Like cloth seats is now gone with the Wildtrak.
Yeah.
Cloth seats across the board is gone, which that to me is weird. Because now, you know, part of us wanting a Badlands was we wanted the marine grade vinyl seats. Now we do have some cat skin that I damn well kind of get put on this vehicle sitting over in a box, but that was part of the appeal. And now they've sort of made that just like standard across the board, which is odd to me.
Yeah. I don't know. I do know that the only color that we're discontinuing is Area 51.
Right. Which I
I'm
think
not
that
sad about it.
that was a hot color for the first year.
I was gonna say I think it got played out a lot.
They sold a lot of it. They sold a lot of that color.
They probably ran out of Area 51. Let's be honest. Like they probably ran out of the color.
DuPont or whoever actually makes the paint. It's like, look, we can't.
We're out.
So the only change that's like I don't know if I'm bummed about it or I don't know. I just feel different about it. Is the regular Heritage version? So like your Big Bend Heritage now gets Robin Egg blue.
Yeah.
So that's no longer just a limited option.
Oh wow.
Which, I don't know how I feel about that. Just because
I don't know
there's
how I
only
feel about it
supposed to be
either.
1966 made in these two colors. So I kind of feel like it takes away from that.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm kind of on the fence about it. I dig that it would be
I love the color.
easier to get.
That's the problem. Is like I
Yeah.
love the color. So it's like I'm
Same.
so excited for people. But then like the dealership side of me, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, because for sure, because the Heritage, I mean, it's not.
Well,
it's not an upper echelon anymore. So now it's like everybody can have it if they really wanted it. You know, kind of the thought process on that. So that makes me a little sad.
But I see Heritage after they do the 1966 of the 2 doors and 4 doors. I see that going away. I think that was just to spark some interest in the Heritage idea. And I think they keep the Heritage.
Yeah, I think they're gonna do something special every year.
Maybe. I mean, it depends. I mean, it clearly there's been a high take rate for the Heritage, so that's exciting. So I've got to do this because I know one of our special guests has to. He's got a short time to be with us, but Allie did not know who was going to be here tonight.
I did not, and I see who is now.
Well, yeah, now you do. So let's do this. Let's bring in the Bronco crew. And let's bring in
Hi guys.
Luke with Off Style Off Road. What's going on, everybody?
Whoa.
Off Style.
Off style.
Hopefully you guys are having a good night. I know, Luke, you were literally at work, so you had to book some conference time for this.
Yep.
And I know, Derek, you had to get off probably a little bit early because I know that I was texting with your wife today, and she was like, "I'm going to try to get him off. You know, we'll get him home on time."
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, right. So Luke, first off, I want to get into the debate of this a little bit now because you're a Black Diamond owner. when you bought your Bronco. Initially, you know, we were all scratching our heads going, I don't options, I don't know, just throw a dart, let's hit something and go. Doing it all over again, would you bump up to a Badlands?
So the one thing I haven't kept up on, because I still don't like how high my payment is, but I don't know the price differences very well anymore between a Black Diamond and a Badlands. I think at the time that you and me got ours, it was like 5,000-ish, give or take. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, it was like $4,600, and it was basically a sway bar disconnect.
Yep. So I mean, I have no regrets there. I still, if it was still around the same, I'd still go Black Diamond.
Okay. Well, you're not helping my show tonight here by saying
No, but tonight is not Black Diamond. Now I'm going to say it wrong. Tonight is Badlands versus Wildtrak.
Right.
Yep.
So there I would go Badlands, because I still don't understand Wildtrak.
No,
now you're going to hurt our guest over there, Bronco, a little bit.
Oh no, maybe we need to get a Wildtrak owner on here. We're all.
Well, so what's funny is, so I do off-road protection, bumpers, all that stuff, but then I do vinyl wraps and things like that too. And one of the shows, it's been a while since I've been on here, but one of the shows, Dave and I don't know, we said something bad about Wildtrak, and this guy pulls up to have me wrap his Wildtrak, and he goes, "Why don't you and Dave like these things?" And he was upset at me, but not at the same time. And I'm like, I just don't understand the appeal to that model. Now, the 24, from what I saw, is supposed to have leather and all of that, but to me, it's like this is going to be really crappy. It's like a knockoff Raptor. It's like a wannabe Raptor is how they put up the appeal for it. Yeah.
Well, they were early on. It was like, oh, and it even says in this, it was engineered for high speed off roading. And we know Derek over there likes to do that, because I've watch your videos, you guys plowing through stuff. But yeah, like for me, Wildtrak was always a head scratcher of like, and I talked to you, Luke, privately about like, well, maybe I just go Wildtrak instead of Badlands, because I was like, do I need the sway disconnect? And then Kelly jumps in and wants that.
Yes.
But then, you know, you were supposed to get hard top automatically and all these features, and then they had to do away with that. So it kind of made it a head scratcher for me. But for me, I equate Badlands to a Rubicon, and Wildtrak, I really don't know what I would equate that to in Jeep, I guess.
What about like the High Tide or whatever? I don't know. I'm not super great at Jeep, but I know there's like a High Tide or something like that now. I don't know though. The Wildtrak, I know I built it several times, because sometimes, depending on what options you clicked, it appeared to be a cheaper way to get like a 2.7.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it just wasn't.
Well, Bronco crew, what drew you guys to like a Wildtrak?
Well, originally, we were just going to be pavement pounders. We weren't going to off-road, as silly as that sounds. You know, you buy a Bronco and just daily drive it to, the mall, right?
There's lots of folks out there that do it, though.
What was the plan?
Yeah. So originally, the reason we went with the Wildtrak was for the reason of, like comfort. And so Lux package, we were excited about the paint match fender flares. The door handles were paint matched.
Still mad about the door handles.
The ears, just it was that extra little touch of like nice.
Yeah.
But then when we got switched to a 22, that all went away. But other than that, that was really the big reason why we initially went with the Wildtrak, because we didn't intend on doing what we're doing. But
and I think initially it came with the bumper, the metal bumper, and all that stuff. And I think Allie, you can refresh me. Did Wildtrak, they've kind of did away with that, and I know now the update for 24 is it's coming back.
Yeah.
But you couldn't even they took so many things away from it. It was a scratcher of why, if you're not getting anything but this sway disconnect, go Badlands for me personally.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not crapping on anybody that wanted the Wildtrak. I know it's a cool name. I know, and that's
right tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the name of some of these drew us to like, oh, quit that. it sounds badass. That's what I need to be in. But the carpet for me, the carpet was a kind of a downside because me and Luke have
That's my thing.
wheeling we've done. There's been a lot of mud. And the idea of dragging mud and stuff in the carpet was kind of, not
I
for
do a
me.
lot of
Nope.
detailing work, if anybody's wondering.
I don't understand why any of them have carpet though.
Yeah.
we talked about
Why?
this last
My
week, yeah.
biggest thing is like I truly wish like Ford would have an option that you can either have the carpet floors or just have the rubberized floors.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like pick one of the two. Like the floor mats help a little bit, but like especially Maya when she's blowing her coat, like her hair gets everywhere. And I want to be able to pop the doors off and just like have the hair blow out and I don't have to worry
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, that
Like,
is.
there's a little white puff cloud coming out of my Bronco the minute I hit 96 and we call it good.
Yep.
But it's ridiculous. I don't
Well,
know.
it's funny because I remember my dad like custom building his Jeep. My parents are retired from General Motors, for those of you just joining us and don't know that. But I remember going to the dealership and my dad placing his order for his custom truck. And I remember him going, no, I want the whatever the equivalent to our washout floors would be, obviously not washout, but vinyl flooring or whatever. And it was a downgrade from the carpet. And I was like, what is he doing? But now I understand. Like, and
Now
he
I get
didn't
it.
off-road his vehicle in Michigan,
Well, you
like
got snow
the
and
salt
ice.
and snow and
Yeah.
everything else. And it ruined carpets. So I can only imagine. I mean, we've had carpeted floors, but we also had WeatherTech in a lot of our vehicles. So we didn't have to. I mean, Luke, we made sure that we covered as much as we could because we would get mud everywhere. So to have that vinyl flooring is huge selling point to me.
Well, so Derek, you guys, would you do things different now that you have a Wildtrak? I mean, obviously you love your vehicle. It's you've that's home base now for you guys. But would you do something different?
I definitely would. And I think honestly, one of the biggest differences I would do is I wouldn't go Sasquatch. Only because I've changed everything about my Bronco that was Sasquatch. It's sitting in a box, and so other than the wheels that I got with it, that's really the only thing we've kept.
Yeah.
So, but I would say, I haven't really played with the sway bar disconnect. I've still got the sway bar on our Bronco, and I've never disconnected it once because, it's too hard to. Right. We've got some pretty good obstacles. And so, did it really hold us back not having that? I don't know, because I've never had that feature to compare anything to. So I think I definitely would get a different package, but for other reasons than just, the sway bar disconnect is really the big thing. As long as I have lockers, that's all I need, really.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, for me, like selling point was the sway disconnect. Just because of knowing how valuable it was for the Jeep Rubicon stuff, how that made a difference, gives you a little more flex. Would it have been, because initially we were going to be a Black Diamond Sasquatch package, and like it wouldn't have been, I don't think, like, oh no, the one thing that would have bothered me was the stupid little missing button.
Put your
why Ford can't balance. I don't know why.
Yeah,
Ford,
the nuggie holder. Yeah, the nuggie sauce holder. Yep.
I don't know why Ford and all of the models, when you don't get a certain feature, I don't know why they can't have a certain adapter with the 3 buttons just balanced in there. It looks awful with it missing, and then you get into like the big bins when they're missing a couple. I'm like,
well, but it's no different than our Xteras and everything else where you had those blank spots. So I mean, if you really think about it, it's the same idea. It's just a different format.
Right. So I just looking at price starting out, the Badlands is going to start at $49,435. Wildtrak is $59,315 now. I remember Wildtrak when I was looking, it seemed like it was like 51, 52. And when I was looking at Sasquatch package for the Badlands, well, we were 54,000 for ours.
Out the door. Well, before taxes.
But it's like you were saying, Luke, you felt like maybe you're cheating the system a little bit with some of the options we thought we might be getting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that I just blew up the screen to look at that too. Because I know I think the Wildtrak 2-door in 21 was like right at 51.
Okay.
I think is what it was. And I think with my Black Diamond, what did that go? Oh, it didn't even change, did it?
58 when I went to 2-door.
Oh, geez. You don't even save $1,000.
Yeah.
When I built my Black Diamond in 21 with the 2.7 and Sasquatch, well, what I paid, we'll do that. That's even better. 2.7 Sasquatch 4-door Black Diamond was 47.
Right.
So, I mean, I wanted a hard top, didn't get a hard top. I wanted the trailer package, didn't get the trailer package. I got the mid package too. I guess that's the other thing I added on. But again, this was the most expensive vehicle I'd ever bought, and I was just trying to pinch pennies as much as I could. I sold a $6,000 Nissan to try and buy this, so there was a big gap for me to fill. I was trying just to save.
I guess now with the changes that they're making in 24, because some people didn't get the hard top or get some of the stuff, I'm really wondering how many people are going to try and trade in now.
Mm.
Well, that has crossed my mind. Obviously, we wouldn't, but it has crossed my mind of going, well, yeah, I would like to have some of these features, but and I guess for trade-in, since we paid $54 for ours, you look now at what somebody would have to buy equivalent Badlands, like we wouldn't lose. I wouldn't think you'd lose much at all,
No.
if at all.
You'd hope.
I didn't feel like there was much updating. The 12-inch screen standard is pretty cool. I do like the new soft top. I feel like they improved that a lot.
Good job on that.
Yeah, I would agree. But other than that, it's not enough for me to be like, I'm going to sell my whole truck and go buy a new one. I'm more thinking somebody's going to get a brand new soft top, take it off and not want it, and I'm going to buy that and put it on my 21.
Right.
Actually, I mean, check Facebook Marketplace, because a lot of people that are doing these dual tops do not want to deal with the hassle of switching them on and off. Like, I mean, I love the bus top that I have. But if I were to do it again, I would still just get a hard top.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the big reason we held on to the Wildtrak package was for the soft top, and then I knew I was going to tow with it. The hard top. Sorry. I knew I was going to tow with it, and so those were the two biggest things I know that held our Bronco up for 2 years. But it's worth the wait.
Well, Derek, this is what we call live television, so we can't edit these comments. Okay.
No soft top life.
Yeah, no soft top.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I mean, there's so, like, obviously, we still can't get hard tops. We were told we can get hard tops. We can't get hard tops. And I even have customers that are, like, on the fence, and they're like, okay, well, I really want the 12-inch screen. I haven't modded out my Bronco yet. Like, they have parts, like, on order, or, like, they're waiting to do it, and they're like, do I just kick the can down the road and order a new one and get exactly what I want and then just sell that one? Because it's like, in their eyes, they're not going to lose much, if anything at all. So that's the one thing now that they're contemplating.
Huh. I'm going to pull this up just quickly because I'm curious. Let's go through the Wildtrak just real quickly so we can actually see what. My stupid mouse is dying on me. So this is, we won't do any special colors. We'll just leave this white. We'll call this the Bronco special here.
There you go.
But
The lifestyle off-road too.
yeah. But so it's going to come standard with the 2.7. You're going to get the full-time four-wheel drive with the advanced transfer case, automatic transmission. You're getting the good gearing. And now I don't recall it. Did it have a mid-package option back in the day? And high and Lux, or I thought it was just high and Lux.
I thought it was just high too.
No, there's a mid package.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's kind of strange that you could actually get a 8-inch screen, at the time in that thing. And
But what are we currently building?
It's a Wildtrak. So I'm just curious.
Okay.
I'm just curious what kind of came with that. Obviously, you're getting a Sasquatch package. We won't do any towing or any of that. You do get the Copilot 360, which is a nice feature. You get special painted wheels, or just the trim ring is special painted, which I kind of like the blackout look of those. That would have been the one piece that swayed me, but
not at all.
At the time we could get the hard top. Now it's a soft top. What other big options? Here right now you'd have to add $725 for the bumper, which is going to, if you just added that, you're starting to get what, over $60,000.
Well, let's
Yeah.
wait to see what the numbers come out for
Well, I'm
24.
not. Yeah, I'm not.
No, but I'm saying for 24, if they're making that standard on
right.
it.
But
Yeah.
you get I believe full skid plates, right, Derek? It had,
Unless
or
you
no,
hit
you had a plastic front skid or something, right?
from my understanding, if you go with the modular bumper, you would get the front skid and then the motor. But
Okay.
unless you specify you wanted transfer case and gas tank and all that,
Everything.
it didn't have it.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the things, Luke, that was swaying us when we talked about this. Was you're like, well, it's almost a Badlands, but you don't get skids, but it's
Yep.
high speed desert running, which I would want full skids at high speed desert
Yeah,
running.
absolutely.
Well, in a lot of Mark King didn't have a gas tank skid plate.
That's right.
That's right.
Like a lot of they were just. It was like they didn't know what to do, but they needed another higher trim model.
Right.
So they just it's a Wildtrak.
You didn't get rockers or rock sliders, and you got these steps. Did you, Derek? Did y'all got steps, or did you get rock sliders?
No, we didn't get anything
Neither.
on it. So one thing that happened with our Bronco is we waited 2 years. So when it finally switched to a 22, I didn't even care. So the dealer called me and was like, "Hey, we're switching you." I'm like, "Cool." And they sent the email, and I didn't even look over it. It was,
Like, all right. But
Yeah.
like at the same time, what are you gonna do? Argue with them? Like it's so
Right. It is
Yeah.
what it is.
yeah.
Let's
And so
see.
a lot of the stuff that originally I had put on it, it didn't get transferred over. So
Yeah. Now it looks like it comes with the Haas 3.0, or did it come with? No, it was the 2.0 still when you guys got yours.
yeah.
But I know part of the upgrades for 24 is a lot of this is going to be standard, so I can only imagine what the price will be. Let's see. Did you guys get the graphics package or anything like that?
only the hood graphic.
Okay. Or you're getting the signature lighting front and rear on that. It came
Which
with
is
the
nice,
dual.
especially when you take it off and put it in a box.
Let's see let's just curious what this final price would be. Now this is lease. Why they do that? They always want this to
Because they want it to look good.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Right.
Right.
So total $61,000 for this vehicle now.
Better write it down.
Derek, I'm assuming yours was not $61,000.
I mean, it was pretty
It was
close
pretty
to that because
dang
we added
close.
the modular bumper and all that stuff.
Oh,
New package and all that.
Yeah, the paint protective film and
Yeah.
things like that. Again, we were just buying it to be a daily driver. We had
Nice.
no intentions of really off-roading it.
but you said you added PPF.
Yep.
Mhm.
I know that was a pretty pricey add-on, wasn't it?
Is that
No, I don't
still
think
a
it was too
thing?
bad. No, I don't think that. I think it's a dealer
I
option.
think they deleted it.
And again, that was one thing that was holding our build up was the top, the towing package, and the film. And I was like,
PPF
"Oh, wait, it's fine."
Yeah, which
I'm
is
not gonna
funny.
lie,
is they only
we
did
outsourced
bit.
ours.
Yeah.
Anyone
But the
who
PPF.
anyone who truly wanted PPF, because we told them like where it was on the car, because it wasn't the whole car.
Right.
Right.
I'm like, so we're gonna outsource it. Like, here you go. We found someone to help us with it, and we outsourced everyone's. Oh, they do still have it.
I didn't
It's just
even
the hood
know.
and fenders.
Yeah, it's very limited, and honestly, I think what like Luke would sell you for PPF or any actual vinyl company would be much better than probably what the factory is going to put on these things.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I'll be honest, what we have on whatever you ordered for us, Luke, for our Bronco, I feel like it's thicker than what
That's just the
PPF
vinyl.
would have been, but and it's just normal vinyl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Whatever the factory uses, I mean, I put it through some hell, and it's holding up.
No, we can't tell.
yeah, we've seen your videos, sir.
Don't look too close.
But so 61,000, and I expect that to. Well, we do know that according to Bronco 6G, everything goes up $2,000. So you're looking at $63,000 roughly for a Wildtrak as of now. I mean, just an assumption.
Man, the numbers we were talking about years and years ago versus what we're talking about now.
I know,
Like
I
this
know.
was a starter house.
Oh yeah, no,
Legit. Like-
It is crazy. A part of me is a little afraid that some people are going to be way priced out of market to even try and get one of these things.
I can
Oh
see that.
yeah. There's no doubt to that.
Let's show your age. What was your first house? Like 75,000?
70,000 on the dot.
70,000 on the dot.
Yeah.
His first house.
Okay,
How
let's
I-
talk
he
about
bought.
my first house 7 years ago. That it was only 160.
Yep.
That was
8
a
years
brand.
ago,
That
we
was
were
a brand new build.
I had no idea how I was going to pay for a $70,000 house then either.
So how are we gonna pay for $70,000 cars?
Yeah, right.
Right, and then you start.
And you're not
taking
putting
into-
a 40-year loan on it. Or
Well,
not
then you-
40. What is it? 20 or what is it? 30?
20.
30-year loan.
30-year mortgage. Yeah.
Yeah,
your car will be 30 years before long.
pretty much.
Next, I want to pull up the L Badlands. If I can figure out my buttons again. Maybe. There we go. So Badlands, as of now, you can get a 2.3 option or the 2.7. I'm gonna go ahead and we've done Sasquatch package and all these. I want to do 2.7 because that's really the only way you can compare the two if it's got at least the same engine.
And it's what we've been doing
Yeah.
along all of it
Yeah.
anyway.
And so we will go find the let's click. I'm curious. Let's click mid package because it came standard on the Wildtrak.
Oh, I thought it came standard on a Badlands.
No, I assumed that too, and I made an ass of myself on a show because I was like, oh, that was standard. It was about a year ago, and I had to pull up my window sticker, and I was like, oh, nope, it didn't come with that standard. Sorry, you guys are right.
Retraction.
Right. Let's see. Where's the old Sasquatch package on this
You
thing?
got to go up.
But you do get you get full skids on this. There it is. 52
40.
40 now for the
Shoo.
Sasquatch package on this. Maybe it'll convert. There it goes, converted, and that's basically it. So I'm curious, where are we at?
Where's our sticker?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know right now.
60.
So once again, it's on the silly lease. So hit finance, and just by adding Sasquatch package and the
Ooh, you're cheaper.
59.
yep, and you're kind of getting more, right?
So wait,
Because I can't remember that Wildtrak. I'm assuming was with cloth seats.
So
No, the Wildtrak. So I actually saw that, and it was interesting because the 21s and 2s that I've seen are cloth. That one said it was vinyl trimmed leather or leather trimmed vinyl.
I think everything switched over halfway through this year with the leather and the
Ours is
green
leather,
and
so we
vinyl.
must have paid for that.
Oh, for sure. That's the Lux package.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So
No,
now,
I mean, my personal opinion is, I mean, between Wildtrak and Badlands, Wildtrak you have sport mode.
Mhm.
Which is what-
Badlands you don't
And
have sport
Baja,
mode,
right?
but you have stay bar disconnect.
Well, check
the
out
Baja
Baja.
mode works for me.
40
Yeah,
40
ask him how he knows.
$40 will get you sport mode on anything. I have all the goat modes unlocked on mine, and it's a black diamond. So
I mean, I have a lead foot. There's your sport mode. So
So 59,960 versus 61,210. Was it so we got mid package on both basically
Yep.
in our
Yep.
pricing.
Yep.
Sway disconnect
Mhm.
2.7.
Mm-hmm.
And so what is the difference?
Your Haas.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I
Oh,
guess
yeah,
the Haas
Haas
3.0,
3.0.
Yep.
which kind of like what you were saying, Derek. I mean, had you known, you were just going to rip all that off anyways. So
Exactly.
Yeah, but he was saying he wouldn't even go Sasquatch.
no, I know, but I'm just saying as is how he has his, he was going to rip it
Yeah.
off anyways. So
Yeah. Really, I think the only reason to go Sasquatch is to get the M210.
yep.
yes,
Mhm.
I think that's the only reason to do it.
which you get that I think on Badlands no matter what.
Yes.
Unless
do.
what about the manual transmission? I can't remember if it was different on that or not.
I think the differential still stays the same because
Okay.
because that's the only one that they sell a locker for.
Right.
Because otherwise you get the M190. Do they make a locker? I bet ARB makes a locker for that now. But either way,
Mm.
I don't know.
I haven't seen anybody. Next thing you know, Derek's buddy with in Texas there, he'll be throwing out lockers and all kinds of new stuff. But Tyler, if he finds a niche, he's gonna try to get something in there.
If you break it,
Right,
Tyler,
so-
we'll fix it.
I'm going to open this up to the audience because I'm curious where you guys are at with this. Now, I know once again, I've been always surprised at the Wildtrak take rate. I've seen a ton of them. I've probably seen more Wildtraks out there than anything. I think it's a cool name. It's not really, if you think about it, it's not in line with anything that Bronco's done because you got Big Bend, which is an actual place. You Black Diamond is a ski off-road term, so that one's kind of weird. But Badlands is a place, and Wildtrak is it's an Australian trim level on their trucks. So
Technically, Outer Banks is.
yeah, Outer Banks is a place. So it's like even their naming of this is like maybe they're just trying to warm up America to the Wildtrak name for future products. I don't know, but we're going to start the poll here in just a second as my wife takes over the duties. Luke, while we're waiting for her to start this poll, where are you at? What's going on with your rig, man? We haven't got to talk in a while. Have you blown it up? What's going on, man?
No, I've got 49,000 miles on it now.
Dang, I thought I was high at 45.
I'm still beating you.
But he's had his a little longer. Allie, when did you take delivery of yours?
October 14th of 21.
And when did you take
Yeah, and I got
yours?
mine in August. August 16th. It's almost its birthday.
Aww.
Not that I kept track or anything.
Are you gonna get a little tube balloon?
Yeah. But I just spent way too much money and bought the kicker key amp and the sub box and I'm like a 16-year-old that needed a big loud sound system and just went through all of that. And then I sounded like a real ass because I messaged the guy that made the wiring harness for the kicker key and I'm like, all these amps just turn on and they stay on. And he's like, well, they have the auto on feature. Like, well, I don't know what that is. And so I bought fancy stuff and didn't know how it worked.
Wildtrak.
Oh, I can't edit it, can I?
Nope. Sorry,
I misspelled.
Kelly's.
I knew there was something wrong with it.
Kelly, that's Kelly.
Sorry,
Remember, that's not me, and I can't spell worth shit.
It's me.
So it's a Wildtrak. I guess it's weird coming from now, but okay.
Oh, here we go.
But I know, Luke, initially you done a bunch of yours. Of course, you make front and rear bumpers for these things. You make skid plates. I still got to get a rear bumper from you. That's been. I finally
did get my sliders installed. I actually have my own sliders on my own truck for the first time. So that was pretty exciting. I did have to.
White Knuckle Off-Road. White Knuckle Off-Road also makes great sliders, and they're sponsored the show.
They do. I can't hate on them. They helped us for far too long. They helped you more than me, but they did mutually help us.
Right.
But no,
You only had one vehicle, Luke.
This is true.
Well, so I saw one of your bumpers the other day. I seen somebody rolled. I don't know where it was, Moab or wherever. And I seen one of your bumpers on that.
Yeah. Well, did you? Not to poke fun at that Texas guy again. Did you see where a customer had my bumper and lifted it up like his? I'll have to find the picture and send it to you. His steering rack went out, so he took a tractor and he hooked it to the tow points and lifted it up. And I tagged Tyler in it. I'm like, "Hey, look, I can do it too." And he didn't respond to it. So
he's busy fighting with 74 Weld right now.
Yeah,
that's his attention. But so love your products. I was amazed to I saw I couldn't see the picture of the bumper on the rollover. And I don't remember, it was Moab or somewhere, but it was a recovery.
Yeah.
It was going to recover. And then I saw the big LO on the windshield, and I was like, hey, I know that logo.
Yeah, he showed me. He's like, what do you see here? And I was like, oh, that's Lifestyle Off-Road.
Yeah, and now I got to find your text quick. Because who was that even that did the video? It was a guy that I'd nenever heard of before.
I think it's a recovery. I know it was
Casey's Off-Road Recovery.
Okay.
That's the thing with the bumpers is I don't need to know if it's a 2-door or 4-door, and I don't know what color it is, so I don't know whose that was.
Right, to see who you sold it to.
But from the best, because trust me, I watched that video several times. It seems like the bumper portion was okay, but that poor Bronco was destroyed.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think seeing some of these people, especially I think he was solo out there too. And of course there was that guy in Canada that dipped his in the creek when I don't know I didn't read the whole situation of it, but it seems like he might have been alone in a bad situation. Broncos, they don't like to roll over. Remember that Blanco over there, you guys. You remember that. They don't like to roll.
We're keeping it on all four.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know you like to roll. You like to roll with a guy that likes to roll. So I'm just saying, don't follow everything he does.
You just got to keep feeling the fire, you know. No, you can do that. Go ahead.
No, but Luke, we've really enjoyed having the front bumper on there. I've sent you pictures. We bashed it into the rocks and didn't, other than scratching the powder coat up a little bit. I don't think no worries, and I get a lot of compliments on it, so that's always good.
I went to they called it Bacon and Broncos here, and parked next to 67. And the bumper, I mean, our bumper is supposed to be like a throwback. It's supposed to be the old school style. And it's amazing how many of the older Broncos had a bumper that looked really similar. So I parked next to one and was standing there, and I'm like, minus the hoop, it's almost the same thing. And that's what we went for, obviously, but it's pretty cool to see.
Yeah. Because people are asking. And what's funny is the rear bumper, when you see it on their website, is our Bronco.
Yeah. Before we had it wrapped. Already put a link in.
I'm sorry.
Is that my bumper?
Why don't you share it?
Do what, Luke?
I think it's my bumper, but it was on your Bronco.
Yes, because we were gonna drive off with it attached to our truck.
Yeah, it's weird how that happens when you're test product fitting things.
Why don't you share the picture?
Well, I guess I could do that. So there's Luke's.
I mean, that just makes too much sense.
Rear bumper, and of course they have a front bumper as well. Our Bronco was so clean there.
I know, she was so pretty.
It's like only a month and a half old.
Look at those tires.
I know.
I know, they were like barely dirty.
I couldn't wait to get those tires off. Derek, you guys, I know you're running something different. How have you enjoyed the difference in tires?
Well, I mean, I love our new tires, but I don't hate the factory tires. I don't care what people say. You use it right, you know how to drive, and those tires do what they need to do.
We never had
they were grippy.
The factory tires were incredibly grippy. In Tennessee, it's peanut butter mud. It's sticky, it's clay. They worked so good. And I really like how lightweight they are. My problem is I hit 10,000 miles and I was over half gone in my tread, and I'm like, these are new. Like, what the?
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
30,000 miles. I mean,
and lots of rocks.
I took them off, and when I was really inspecting them, I went, "Oh, we shouldn't have been driving these on the highway." But we were. But like saying, I think it comes down to how you drive. But I truly love the factory tire. It didn't do any bad by us.
That's the thing.
Well,
I have CO2s, and I don't mind them at all. Like, I'm having a hard time picking what I want next.
Yeah.
Well, Al, you've got to go 35. So that's
go to a true 35.
I love our new ones.
Yeah, we went with the Grabber X3s, and they're awesome. I mean, it's a mud tire, so there's really not much noise difference, though. That's what I was super impressed with.
I bet you've taken a fuel economy hit, though.
Oh, yeah.
Well, our Bronco doesn't do good on gas anyway.
It's not about that right now.
Yeah.
How many miles?
Not buying a Bronco for gas mileage, okay?
Right. That's not part of the negotiating.
How many miles do you have on it?
35,000.
And we got it July of last year, so
yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Oh, dang.
I hit 45,000 miles and got 1 to 2 miles to the gallon better. And it is the weirdest thing ever. It's like
Just
all
randomly?
I'm gonna go drive.
yes, just randomly. And
How weird.
I don't know if I'm definitely not driving slower. I can get 18 and a half driving almost 80 miles an hour.
That's what I
This
did.
one here ain't.
we live at like 14. So
Yeah, if
Good
that.
luck.
A lot of you don't know this though, but a lot of my lack of MPG is because I will get to a store or something and I'll sit there in the air conditioning for a couple of minutes before I go to the store. And then I get out of the store and then I sit in the truck in the air conditioning for a couple of minutes.
Or I like
That
keep my
couple
car
might
running.
turn into 20. I don't know.
Oh, no,
But
I've
that
seen
is
you
a
in the
lot.
driveway. She
That's a
pulls in the
lot.
driveway, and I'm like, "Where's my wife?"
That's my time.
She's still in, turn the truck off.
You just
You're one of
brace
those
yourself
people?
before you walk
I'm one
in.
of those people. For sure.
I
But like,
know
and
that.
then even for me, like sometimes I leave my car running for 20 to 30 minutes if Maya's in the car.
Yeah,
Like,
so
I
we
can see
don't
that.
get on because of the kids, so we have to have heat or AC or something in there for
At
them.
all times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Always idling.
I get
They're
that.
like dogs. You just can't leave them in there.
Yeah.
No, dang.
There's like this
Some people
national
do.
thing that says, it only takes like 20 minutes or something.
So the
Right.
one thing I have not noticed or seen is rear vents in Bronco for 24.
Well.
Why do you need it? The top comes off.
Hey,
Okay,
hey,
see,
my Jeep had it. That's why.
I personally do not have an issue with this, but I do see a lot of people complain about it.
I do too, but I really want to know what the kind of vehicle is those people are coming from.
That's
Because
true.
I
It's very true.
I've had a lot of cars and very few have had rear vents. And I have I have a dog, I have kids, and like if my daughter's hot, she's 3 and just says, roll down the window. Like
Right. Exactly.
we figured out. I think that I see that posted all the time, like almost daily, and I'm like,
Well, some of these
But
people
it's not 100 degrees where you are, Luke, is it?
I mean
out there.
today wasn't, but on Friday it was.
He's in Iowa.
does it get
Iowa
that
and the
high?
plains gets hot up there.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's
I
hot
don't know
and
that I've ever
humid.
been to Iowa.
Well, I think a lot of people came from, and this is something that the Wildtrak, they could have done a few things like that with Wildtrak, but rear just little made it special because like we've shown price wise, it's not really any more special than the other one. You seem to be getting less with a Wildtrak because you're not getting these skids. You are getting a little bit more higher package. You start in a mid package, but I'd rather have the skids, honestly, if it came down to that.
Yeah.
Not that they're great skids. So, Luke, you have proven that the gas skids on these things that they come with are pretty freaking
Stout.
nice.
Ugh. Okay.
It can get gross here.
Okay. It's already swampy and gross here.
He lives there. He
Remember
understands.
how it was swampy and gross when you lived here, Luke?
Well, I mean, I missed that I only had to wear pants like December, January, and February was short season again.
You walk around with no pants
Right.
on?
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna tell you right
Throw
now,
it
it's so
in.
swampy. You don't like want to wear anything, but you have to for legality purposes. I'm just saying, it's nasty
Swamp
out there
ass
right
is
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the
I don't leave the house.
the factory gas tank skid is pretty great. Mine, I mean, I have just from the LO on the front bumper, I have a mark that goes from there all the way to the gas tank skid, and it just works. Mine doesn't look pretty, but it's pretty dang durable for a factory skid plate.
Now the other ones, I will say, like the other skids they're okay if you were just doing gravel roads and
Yeah.
stuff. I don't know if I would truly have called them skids, but the gas skids on these is pretty nice. Which that was a bummer that the Wildtrak didn't get that kind of stuff for what you're
Yeah.
paying.
Yeah.
We were not happy.
Mm-mm.
Neither was the Broncos gas tank. So.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I truly didn't know what a skid was going to protect because, again, very newbie going into all of this. And now I feel like it should almost be a standard option on Wildtrak, Badlands.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
lesser
even-
brands-
Okay, let's throw in Black Diamond too, like because we have that. It's like Outer Banks and Big Bend and Base, like maybe
They're the
throw
mall
your-
crawlers to me.
Well,
in my mind.
the Black Diamond comes with all those skids. That's why I went with it.
Yeah,
And it was
I'm
like,
saying, like
oh,
it should be standard, like no matter, like I know
Yep.
it is standard. I'm saying those are the ones that should have it versus like Outer Banks, Big Bend, and Base. Like throw your own on if you're going.
Yep.
Well,
I
Wildtrak,
gotcha.
Badlands, and Black Diamond, they sold as your off-road vehicles.
Mhm.
That I mean, obviously they're all off-road vehicles and very capable, but those are the ones that they sold. Like if you were really wanting to off-road, these are the trims you want. Yeah, definitely. And I will say lesser vehicles, Toyotas, stuff like that. A lot of these they come with gas skids. Like it was a head scratcher that was the one skid they went, nah, they're good.
Yeah.
Our first skid we put on the fuel tank, we just absolutely destroyed.
Yeah.
Really?
We put to like 3/4 of a tank because it was caved in. Yeah.
I put it to work.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So
Did the plastic tank pop back out when you removed it?
yeah,
or-
it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's all good. Fills right back up.
Yeah.
You run
Use a suction cup and pull it down.
Y'all are making me excited to go to Colorado with you guys. It's like, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna learn how to reel for real here.
You've already signed up. Just saying.
Yeah, there's no refund on my ticket, so
Right?
You're stuck now.
we're going.
So I do have to say while we have Luke here, for those that have heard the story of me leading an all ladies trail ride and having to be pulled out in the Gladiator by a Bronco, it was Luke. Luke actually had to pull us out because we just didn't have the torque to get over.
Hey,
Because
Luke,
it was
can you
a-
send me that video on Facebook real quick? I'll post that up here.
If you can find it.
Oh no, he's probably got that bookmarked.
That's
no
it's
end.
probably his frequent flyer.
Yeah,
doing
he
that.
wants to make fun of people. Yeah, no, that was pretty embarrassing, honestly. And Luke,
Especially because we were at a Nissan event leading with the Jeep Gladiator.
Well, hold on.
being pulled out by a Black Diamond Bronco.
A Jeep owner and a Bronco owner were running a Nissan event. Is
That
what
is
you mean to
true.
say.
That is true.
well, we'd recently sold our Nissan.
In our
Yeah.
defense, though, we had a Bronco on order, but we had sold all of our Nissans
Right.
to pay for the Bronco one.
to pay for the Bronco.
Or did
How many
you?
cars do you have to sell to
Facebook.
afford your new Bronco?
Yeah, no, it's we've had some interesting times with Luke and off-roading. So Bronco Crew, you guys have moved recently.
Yep. We're now in
all finished
southeast
now,
Idaho.
right? How did that go? What's updates with you guys?
It's going.
Yeah. See, is what you don't know, just behind the camera on this side, there's boxes. So
We've been there.
I'm
Hey,
still
it's
there.
the same, and we've lived here for 5 years, so no hate against you on that one.
I'm
Yeah,
going
no, so
on
we're
3
back in
months, but I
Southeast
just started
Idaho,
my
and
course.
We're
So
back in our first house we got, and slow but sure, we're getting moved back in. I make projects out of everything. So we moved back in. We rented this property while we were up in Washington, and so we had to redo a bunch of stuff. And make it.
I know how
better.
those air quotes go. I get it.
So now we're living in construction zone and boxes. So
Well, you got the display, the background's proper, so
Yeah,
you're ready.
yes,
You're ready to
that's
go.
like an hour old, just so you know.
Now, are you like me and you start in one room, start a project, and you walk out and you go, oh, I got to do a project over here, and you start that project so
Yeah.
nothing ever gets done? Because that's my house.
No,
Oh,
you
that's
just do
normal?
like enough.
That's called ADD.
It's called. There's a name for that.
Yeah. So about that.
All right, so I got the video up, and I want to bring this up. And first off, what I noticed when we needed Luke to do this for us was the fact that Luke set up his camera first. Like
Yeah, priorities, man.
You knew it was
Dude, I
not
would have
going
done
to be
the same
great
thing.
when that happens. But
So in this spot right here, Dave is like, give it some go. It's like, I'm giving it go. And he's like, you're not
Oh,
giving
yeah.
it hard enough.
I'm in
So
the
then he goes,
driver's
let
seat.
me get in. And so he gets in and
The-
he can't give it a go either.
But the throttle lag was
Yeah.
terrible. Like you could audibly hear the pedal hit the floor, and then it was like 1, 2, 3. Oh, the Jeep started to move finally.
Yeah.
Because it was like bump
And
it, and you'd go,
It was vehicle.
and then it would go. Yeah.
And then Kelly's getting her camera ready. Like, yeah, I'm gonna this mother effer.
I'm pretty
making
sure
fun
you
of
gave
me.
it to me to do it. Because that's not my camera.
But yeah, and this was what's bad was this is just a easy trail at Windrock.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this was something stupid.
We took all the rookies on it.
yeah, which scared.
And
one
then
to
all
death.
the Xteras pretty much made it through just fine.
One of the other ladies was driving a 6-speed, and she was new
Yeah,
to
I
it
had to,
and drove
yeah.
up this.
I had
Yeah.
to drive up something for her in hers. But
Yeah.
so this is the video, as you can see, I'm trying to do my best to keep my balls, but it's not working.
They're
out
already
so well.
gone.
And Luke's just got to tug on them just a little bit there.
Just because it's a Jeep.
Well, I will say that thing, knowing when we bought that now, and this is obviously not a Jeep show, I would have definitely moved up to a higher package
than the Willys.
And then I did learn after this. I did learn there's ways to deactivate that throttle control, Luke. There was a way to.
Oh, really?
Yes, there. But it's one of those things where you got to hold down the
traction control.
You got to see something in the lights. You got to pray to Buddha for a minute. Then you got to backstep. Then praise to Jesus, and eventually it does work. But yeah, so that's the video of our poor vehicle that's no longer with us. Thank God. It's probably been sold 4 times from CarMax, and
probably
it's with a better deal.
We still have to do a review on CarMax. We talked about that. We never did it.
I think I did.
Carvana?
Excuse me?
I don't know which one it was.
Carvana, you did a review without me? I'm the one that handled all of it.
Hey, we've got guests here. This isn't family time.
All right, Marital Nation, everybody.
Marital Nation. For a
Bird Dog
moment. You
says
know it can't be a Monday without some Marital Nation.
Bird Dog, you're closer to Luke than we are. So if you ever want to wheel,
It's true.
definitely Jody's not scared of anything. Luke, I know you're probably short on time, so we don't want to keep you too far. Luke, as of right now, I got to write it in the book. Badlands or Wildtrak? Where would you go?
Oh, Badlands.
Damn, I didn't
He
even
didn't
get to
finish.
finish. So Luke says Badlands. All right. So, Allie, where would you go if you had to choose as of right now?
Badlands.
All right. And everybody in the chat, we've got about 80 people in here and only like 50
When
votes.
I order my next Bronco, it will be a Badlands.
Oh, when? I heard that when.
Well, you have a Badlands now.
I
So,
want a new one.
Derek, Monaco, where would you guys be at if you were to do it all over? If those are your 2 choices.
And you don't have to vote together. You can make independent decisions.
Ladies first.
I'd still go with the Wildtrak. I like it.
Okay.
Live by the sword, die by the sword.
I'm
I
committed.
like it.
I'm
There
committed.
you go. I love Derek's analogy.
The key thing you said is do it all over again, knowing what we know.
Yeah.
Knowing what I know, I probably would have to go with a different package. I don't know if that's specifically the Badlands, but
You got to pick one.
Okay, you don't get a choice of any other package. Just Badlands or Wildtrak.
well, if that's my choice, then I would
Sasquatch.
go with the Badlands. So.
Okay.
Badlands.
But I'll be right there with
I'm
her.
still committed.
Yeah.
I'm committed. There we go.
She said, I made a decision. We're going to live with it.
Right.
Kelly, where would you be?
Badlands.
Badlands, no doubt on that. For me either. I just think from what we've proven tonight, even if you want to save a few $1,000s, it just seems like you get more for a few $1,000s less.
Mm-hmm.
Now, wait a second. I'm having buyer's remorse. I don't want a Badlands.
Oh my
I want the Wildtrak with the Haas 3.0 and the Fox shocks because I want to be like my friend Scott with the Raptor. Go in Baja mode and play around.
Yeah, but are you going to replace it all anyway?
Eventually, yeah. But
Well, then what's the point of having Wildtrak?
for the moment, it'll be fun.
I guess, though, another way you could look at it is you could add the Lux package to the Badlands and actually get more for about the same, right?
Minus
It'd
the
be
probably.
It'd be real close.
I can't.
It's a status thing, having that shiny paint on the grill.
No, I trust me. I'm jealous of that piano finish. Definitely.
But I feel like that piano finish is going to get the shit beat out of it. Does your
It
piano
does.
finish?
Ours
does?
is no.
Yeah,
I clean it.
It's not shiny anymore.
it's fairly shiny.
It
I'm
still
really
is.
good at cleaning Broncos. Really good at it.
Oh, see, that's the key. You're repainting, so it's not still factory.
We're
got
going
you.
to be sponsored by Krylon shortly. Just
I've been there. Remember, I had a Nissan Xterra.
Yes, all of our plastics had to be
All of
painted.
our plastics
Yeah.
had to be redone many times.
Luke, 61,255 by just adding high package.
I don't remember what the Wildtrak was.
I got you. Wildtrak was 61
210. So it's $45 more for a Badlands with a high package.
And you get more
Kinda. Yeah.
because that's the bigger screen. That's the
Well,
B
they
and-
both. Yeah, no, that's mid. No, that would be mid package on Wildtrak versus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mid to mid.
So you are right. You're getting a little
Mid
bit
to high.
more.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Still
there you go.
Badlands.
And guys, once again, go ahead and vote because we've got 55 votes currently, and there's a lot more people than that in here. So we want to get these numbers just right because trust me, I do this because I know. Yeah, that's right. I do know that Ford watches these things. There are people that in the know that do watch these shows, and your voice can help affect change. So that's kind of
the thing. I really do think that Ford listened for the 24 changes, and they're definitely paying attention.
Yeah, no, definitely. Luke, where can they find you? I know you got to go back to your normal life. What can they do? How can they buy things from you? What's going on?
Lifestyle off-road on pretty much everything. Lifestyleoffroad.com is the website. So easy enough.
Such a salesman.
I was running through the social media things. I'm like, I think I have a Threads, but I don't really get it, so I don't use it. But
we're too old for that now, Luke.
Yeah,
don't you know?
But in response to Jody and then Dave and Kelly or anybody in this, I'm gonna go over to Attica, Indiana in October, and I'm gonna invade the yeah.
Would you let him finish?
They told me I had to put a Nissan badge on it, but
I mean,
I've got a few laying around still.
I was gonna say, I mean, I think you make some vinyl. You could throw a Nissan badge on there.
Yep.
You don't want to degrade the Bronco like that. Jeez.
I know.
I'm an Nissan fanboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I may be.
I sent you some Went stickers. You could just put the last one on there.
Just put a piece of paper in your windshield that says "I identify as a Nissan" for this.
There you go.
I was just gonna actually hang the Nissan oval off of one of the tow points and just let it dangle there. I figure that's innocent enough.
And let it get the shit beat out of it.
Yeah, I mean, out of the group of people that we used to hang out with, not many actually own Nissans anymore. So.
No, it's funny. A lot have converted to Bronco, actually.
Well, they got real jobs and can afford real things.
I mean, this is very valid too. But Ryan Miller said
I love Nissan.
Ryan Miller said he's dragging his truck over there. I said, "Does it run?" And he goes, "I think so." So we'll
so
see.
who he's talking about is a friend of ours who was actually on, what was the name of that
Truck
show?
Night of America.
Truck Night of America, and he actually was on the military night, and he beat the shit out of his truck, and he got to the final 2, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Spoiler alert, he got to the final 2.
Way to go, 4-year-old show, and you just ruined it for people.
If his front differential didn't, so Dave and I know a lot about M210s, M190s, because those are Nissan variants, essentially. Nissan uses M205s, M226s, R180s, like it's all very similar. But he got to the final round and his M205 split in half and essentially sucked all the mud into it. So he was trying to beat it in 2-wheel drive. So it didn't work.
Yeah, no.
Is that why I only made second?
Yes. He got stuck at the very end of that guy. He got stuck at the I think it was the last challenge. If he would have made it through the swamp, he would have been. He also was going against a Jeep that probably had well over 6 figures into it.
What's that? J.K. Whitley or something like that? I forget. But yeah, it was like on 40s or something. Like it was ridiculous. But
the guy owned a fab shop somewhere in the Northeast. AK something.
Yeah.
AK Whitey, I think.
Something like that.
What's crazy is he did this competition, then like a month later came to one of our Nissan events and was like rebuilding the vehicle. I don't think he really got to off-road it. He just drug it down to rebuild it.
That was almost every year.
Yeah. Well, that's true. He did go through a lot of alternator.
Yeah.
Well, second isn't that bad. I mean, that's just the first loser.
Yeah.
That's right. You're not last.
Well, and what he had to go through to get to that final stage was a hell of a lot.
Didn't his airbags blow up in his face? He jumped
in the first 4 seconds.
Yeah.
They walked him through the course and it didn't all register. So he hammered it, went over a jump, the front end came down, all the airbags went off, but you had to have a roll cage and a harness. And so the airbag basically went off and just stopped right in front of his face. So it didn't hit him, and he had to like bat it all down, and then he could go finish his race. So
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun, and he's a fun guy to be around.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
what's great about Ryan is that Ryan, I don't know how many alternators Ryan went through.
9 or 10.
In one event, he went through like 3 or 4
Yeah, it was something stupid.
because he likes water. He
Yeah, he
likes
likes
muddy
water.
water.
He has that 2-3
Yeah.
problem, or that 2-7 problem that the Ford has.
Yeah. 3 or 4.
Well, Luke, I know you're at work, so I will let you go back to your duties there, and
Okay.
hey, keep our data safe for me, okay?
okay, sounds good.
Later, man.
All right, thanks guys.
Bye.
Go over to Lifestyle Off-Road, check Luke's stuff out. We run his front bumper, we will run his rear bumper when our wallet allows, and there you go. So I'm surprised. I'm surprised that we'll try to get a couple more minutes for votes, but from what I've seen so far, I'm very surprised it's not more balanced.
I would agree.
Where's it
I
at right now?
do what?
Where's the poll at right now?
I can't tell you
We
that.
can't tell you that till finish.
We don't want to influence the poll. Jeez.
Well, fine.
All I can
Allie's
say
like,
is all I can
"Dang,
say is
all
that
of this.
the 2 Badlands owners are on top right now, and the Wildtrak owners at the bottom of the page. If that lets you know anything.
Hey, well, let's just put the proof on the trail. We'll meet you out there.
Oh no, you're a crazy MFer, man. Like I've seen the deal.
I've seen some of the stuff you do. It worries me.
The thing that bothers me that you guys do is the house on top of your Bronco that you carry around.
Yeah,
It's convenient.
it is. It's fun. You got to overland. You got to use this stuff. So
Everybody should put a double wide trailer on the top of their Bronco.
yeah.
I'm kidding, man. You have 2 kids. Like I get it. You gotta have a big room for everybody to camp in there.
There's 5 people in that tent every night.
That's crazy.
How many?
3 kids.
Oh, bless you.
They're 2, 4, and 6. Say it again.
Oh, bless you even more.
Yeah, they don't take up a lot of
We
space.
like to
just-
stay
No,
warm
but 2,
around
4, and
here.
6,
It's
those are
cold
like
and
those are like crazy ages.
magical.
yeah, they're jumping in the tent.
2, 4, and
no doubt.
6.
We're all
No, I was saying just overall, bless her.
No, yeah, no. That-
Ooh. I remember when our daughter was a 3-nager, and then she turned 4, and then she was 4. Oh, 4 was fabulous 4.
Interesting
As I
how
tell
they're all
myself.
different. They just are their own little thing.
Are they really?
They love the Bronco.
They do.
They
They
really
got
do.
that. in
Awesome.
common.
There you go. Teach them young.
Well, let me ask you this then. So since you have 2, 4, and 6-year-olds, how has the car seat situation been for you?
It's a back row full, really.
They fit tight.
Yeah,
But they fit.
but they fit. They're all contained.
So are you in a boost? So are you in a booster with a 6-year-old or still a car seat?
Booster, car seat, and then up until very recently, we were in a rear facing.
Rear facing. Okay. Because that's a big one. The reason I asked that is because that's a big one that a lot of people will ask is like, how do you fit 3 small children in the back seat of your Bronco and
Very
what, car seats and things like that. So
It takes about an hour
to
to
know
get
you
car
guys-
seats in and out, but after
yeah,
that,
you just leave them, right?
Yeah, don't tamper with fate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you're in, they're in.
And speaking of tampering with fate, sorry,
We're a
Luke,
smidge late tonight on
Luke
that.
had a window he could be in the show, and I wanted his perspective on things. There was a couple super chats that I want to say special thank you.
I was going to say you're gonna make me miss lots of folks if we do it right now. But hello, everybody that is in the chat. I won't read everybody for us, but I will definitely get these super chats in here for us. So Steve P, thank you for the drinks for the Stampede or
Cheers, sir.
/ Woodward, whichever it ends up being. So we appreciate that very, very much.
Last minute flights are very expensive, by the way.
Yes, they
So.
are. So we're kind of hoping it pushes to next week, but we'll see. YouTube Car Spotters Guide said, get this party started with that 1239. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. And I know Seth got one in here earlier as well. Oh, Andy. We got Andy Ackerman saying, who dis?
Who dat?
Who dat?
Who dis?
Who dat?
Andy also said tonight is don't make plans with Dave because he will cancel on you.
Hey. I can't. Well, no, the kid breaking his arm, that was different. The parent passing away.
We're talking about this year.
No, yeah, this year. No, I'm trying to remember which year was the excuse I got to use. This year was like our daughter's stupid softball
tournament. Yeah.
Right in the damn way of everything.
Yep.
And then she had
Blame the
tryouts for
kid.
school
I'm
team.
telling you.
I'm telling you. I'm about to buy a shirt that says "Sorry, my kid has practice" or something. Because keeping us
Andy,
busy.
next year, just like I told Jordan a few weeks ago, with Jordan Parker, that I may be out at the safari and I may not. So we're gonna leave it at that.
We're gonna have to put that maybe in there.
Yeah.
That maybe
I
squiggly.
kind of want to go.
We'll go.
We'll be there.
Get a condo out there. It'd be
There
fun.
you go.
She's like, let me get through this Colorado trip first.
Let me see if I survive first, Allie says.
I'm excited for it. I've never been out west. So
Well,
I'm like
you're-
nervous and
mine is gonna be
excited.
fun.
Oh, it's a completely different animal.
Especially in
I know.
Colorado where this is at,
Yes.
it's gonna just be mind blowing.
I'm
You
gonna be
think
like a
you've
little
seen
kid at
big hills?
Christmas.
You come to East Tennessee and you think you've seen like mountains. You haven't
Oh
seen
no,
it.
this is gonna have nothing on Tennessee.
Oh yeah, no, they don't. We take ours for granted, which I think like everybody does wherever they live. They take their scenery for granted, but then it reminds me, and I go,
We have weeds here. People love
Oh, yeah.
they're like it's amazing. We'll take people to Windrock Park here, which is massive off-road park. But people that come from out west, we have this ivy. It's like a Japanese ivy that grows over, weeps all over
Kudzu.
everything. Yeah. And people will stop and take pictures of this. And I'm like, well, it's just a weed. But
Yeah.
people from
It's
out
like
west,
he's trying to
but I'm
kill
the same
this.
way. I'm taking a picture of every mountain, every red rock, in
every
Moab.
cactus.
Yeah, I'm like, this is amazing. And they're like,
I wanna
well, it's
see the
just a
ivy.
plant.
Oh, I'm gonna be so annoying with all the pictures. So
That's
Yes,
what I do. So
you
we'll
know,
be together.
We get people doing that with sagebrush. They're just
Yeah.
they're amazed, and I'm like, put it down. There's ticks in it. You don't need that.
put it down. You're done.
Yeah, but,
You're gonna get ticks.
yeah.
Yeah.
But Seth, thank you for that super chat. Yes, actually I'm not so much an accelerator at red lights. Not at red lights. I do not.
I am.
I actually squawked for a red light the other day because there was
Listen,
'cause
I'm
there-
actually not very bad.
No,
Oh,
listen.
I peeled out.
Will you shut up and listen? I squawked to a stop at a yellow turning red because it was orange and there was a cop next to
Orange?
me. Yes, because it
Yellow.
was orange because it was almost red. And it was legit. There was a cop next to me and I was like, I am not flying through this intersection.
The noises. You're like that guy off Police Academy movies.
You're
all of a
welcome.
Oh
sudden.
my God.
Jeez.
So no, I don't tend to, especially when I have our daughter with us, I don't tend to fly through red lights, especially on this road here. I've been almost T-boned twice on our road. So
Yeah, where we live's trying to kill my wife. So,
yeah. One was in the Gladiator, one was in the Bronco. So
and we got one more super chat there, Kelly.
thanks for joining, son. We appreciate that super chat. For Bronco folks, he's not actually our son. It's just a running
Somebody in the
joke we
chat
have.
thought
He's
he was
actually
our
older
son.
than us.
Yeah.
So
It's funny.
Oh.
We'll run with it. It's
Yeah.
fun.
I think he's older than you.
I don't know.
Well, it's funny because they came up to us at Supercell and he's like, "Hey, Dad." And then we met his wife too. And she was like, "He's been talking about you guys, like mom and dad. I don't understand it. Now I've met you. Okay, so I understand now." But it was just funny. It was just out of the blue. It was
And then
like,
we had shots together. And, it was
and we
all
did have shots together.
right.
So
All
good times.
right. Give this poll one more minute to go, and we will close that thing out.
Seth says $2 smack talk super chat.
I do want to say thank you to all of the super chats and stuff like that. It does help fund what we do, and our supporting memberships, whether it be here or over on Patreon. We have a few over there as well. I've been trying to do some special stuff. I released a stupid video that I did this week a little bit early on Patreon and on the members, trying to find ways to give back to you guys for supporting us. But we greatly appreciate everything you do for the channel, and we're close to 10,000 subs, Kelly.
We are close.
Just
So
like
close.
my first goal, Derek, I know you guys had goals. You wanted to hit that 1,000 and all that. And I've done that before on other channels. So I was like, okay, I've kind of broken that seal. But 10K is like always been my goal of like, if I can hit 10K, you know, past that, it'll be all gravy. And I'm so close. And you guys know what it's like to be close. You're just like,
Right.
Waiting.
You keep refreshing the studio. Like, come on, man, just another.
Just for one person. That's it.
Yeah, it's like he follows the number so much tighter than I do, and he'll be like, "Look," and he sends me a screenshot, and I go,
Okay.
9,600, sweet. I was thinking, what did he send me last time? Or was it 90? You know.
I do that to him all the time.
Let's see. Big Wheel Fab, thank you for that super chat. We appreciate that.
What did you miss?
Missed the debate between Wildtrak and Badlands at a Sasquatch, and we're actually about to close the poll. So definitely go back to rewatch it and check it out. We appreciate you.
Basically, everybody knows my payment now.
Yep.
Ours too.
Right. Let's see. And Scott, is it Wyson? I'm going to
It's
say Wyson.
512 Raptor. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
it's 512.
There you go. Thank you for the super chat. We appreciate it. Great crew tonight. Yes, we do appreciate our guests and joining us and having our fabulous chats with us too.
Yeah, they told me that tonight was a surprise, and I was definitely surprised. But I also told Dave, I'm like, you have to realize who is going to have the keys to your Mustang first.
Yeah, I couldn't believe like Allie's playing this. Like, if you don't tell me, no car.
Well, and then I have to remind her it is my Mustang, so please don't hold it against me because I'm not. I'm not the troublemaker.
Derek and Monica may not know, but we have a 24 Mustang on order we've been waiting for, like most people, forever, and it's not here yet. It's
not quite like Bronco,
not
though.
like Bronco, but it's getting to the where we know it's days away, or it feels like it's days away, and we're just like,
we know it's built and it's sitting on the dock, and we're just waiting.
Yeah, that stupid pizza cutter won't move that pizza thing won't move anymore. Also want to, it's because we just created this today. We have a new channel called All Terrain Nation Live. Eventually we will move live streams over to that channel. So I want you guys to find it. I would throw you a link, but it's so new. It doesn't want to find it on my own right now. But you guys would go over there, it would make our day to, we need to get 1,000 subs over there really quickly to get that thing monetized. And once we do that, we will move live streams over there because Blanco, you guys know everything, like the YouTube is a game. Everything seems to affect something. And you're like, I just need to grow, man. And so we're trying to move our live streams to.
I was like super pumped with 200 followers, so I'm like, I'm gonna take it.
Well, you have a new one because I actually started following you with that channel today.
Yes. I gained one more.
I think we have one follower on that channel right now, and that's us.
Wait, what do I have?
And next week I'll definitely have a better link to that. But YouTube's
now I gotta check to see what I have.
Oh, is it update time, Allie?
Refresh.
I think Derek and Monica, we helped get you guys a couple over a hump or something.
227.
We were super close to 2,000 last time we were on here, and we were just jumping for joy.
You guys are like 3,400 now, right, or something like that?
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome.
2,500. So
yeah,
YouTube is a beast.
How has the move affected like videos though? That has to.
It's been hard.
I'm behind. That's basically what it is. I'm so behind.
We did like a video dump before we moved. We recorded a bunch of stuff, and we're kind of, it sounds bad, but holding it back a little bit because we don't have anything ready here to be able to record in. And so it's been hard that way. So we've been slowing down on putting out that content, but we got some cool stuff coming. Like next week, we're going to be in Hawaii, which is going to be cool.
This week.
I seen, so fill in our viewers about that, because I only caught glimpses of it. You had Jonathan, I believe, and what's the other guy's name? And they're actually local. They're local to me, and I only see them when we go to East Tennessee for some weird reason. But
awesome.
What did you guys have going on there? It was something crazy.
Yeah. So this story is just too cool not to tell. One of our first Bronco events, we went down to Tom's Off-Road Rock and Roll, and we were able to meet Dave and Sandy Lowen. Now, they have an early Bronco, but it's not just a regular old early Bronco. They've got a Strop Baja Bronco. And when they bought it, it was, at a much cheaper time than what it would be for now. But they view the Bronco just kind of like we view our new Bronco. We're just going to use it.
Go everywhere.
Yeah. So they just kind of, without intention, started driving to as many states as they could, mainly going to see other Bronco people, going to events, and, just traveling. And they sat down one time and figured out that they had been to like 25 or 26 states. And they're like, well, heck, let's just try to get to as many as we can. Well, this works out just way too good. And it wasn't planned. It just was fate. This year is their 50th state that they're able to get to, which is Hawaii. The Baja Bronco is a 73, so it's 50 years old. And then to top it off,
Friday night.
Yeah, it's their 50th wedding anniversary. So this story, yeah, it was too good not to do. And the last year since we had met them, we started working our tail off to try to get them to Hawaii, because to ship a Bronco or any vehicle for that matter is really not easy. So we countless hours on the phone with all sorts of different vendors and just trying to raise the money to get them there. And Tom's Off-Road stepped up big time. When they heard about it, they fully jumped on board, and they provided $10,000 to Dave and Sandy to get them to and from Hawaii. And
with their Bronco on their anniversary. Like,
it's going to be
a magical moment.
Yeah.
Super cool.
And luckily enough, we get to capture that. So, you know,
That's amazing. That is so cool.
What a shame.
Terrible.
Right.
What a terrible reason to have to go to Hawaii.
Right.
The nice part is they're not where the fire is, thankfully.
Yeah.
You know,
Good.
Yeah,
that's
so
terrible.
Yeah. So
It's devastating.
yeah. But yep, so we're super excited about that. That's going to be one of our big ones for this year. I think, I mean, there's other stuff coming up that we're super excited about, but this one takes the cake. You don't hear about this one every day. And my opinion, I just sum it up as Bronco history. You know, there's at some point not going to be on many people to be able to recreate that, especially in the Bronco they have. It's not just a Bronco. So it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
It's neat. And they're great people.
Oh,
just nice.
And you got that big check to hand out. That was awesome too.
The best part is they didn't know about it, of course, and they drove their Mini Cooper down because the Baja is a custom flight. So yeah, we had to, you know, MacGyver a way to get this check stuffed in there, and they sat a little lower in their Mini Cooper.
That's so funny.
So, but no,
that
it's
is funny.
super cool to be a part of that, and we're excited to be able to tell the story and show that. So.
That's
Well,
awesome.
you two as a couple have to be some of the best that I've seen in the Bronco community for like just stuff like that. You guys are always
Totally
so
agree.
positive. It's always like I wanted to have you guys back on for obviously just because you're fun, but like you guys are such good ambassadors to the community, and Ford needs to pay attention to that. That's all I'll say. is you are the type of people they need to be promoting. So we'll leave it there.
That.
I mean, what Derek? What if they told you have to trim the beard?
It's gone. No.
He said,
Whatever Ford says, we'll do. It doesn't matter.
Got it.
No, you got to be true who you are, and I'm a Sasquatch at heart, so we'll just keep this motif going.
They're like, hey, we need you in a Raptor for a year. But the beard's got to be trimmed back.
It's a Raptor.
Just trim back.
You got to give me like dimensions, and then we'll.
I need a ruler. We're gonna have to talk about that.
Yeah.
I would be curious, like, because I only seen you as you are with your channel. Like, how long have you had your beard?
It's come and gone over the years, but I mean, high school I started growing it and just kind of kept it around. It's lazy, you know. I say that I'm being efficient, saving money on razors, but it's just lazy, you know. So, but I don't know. This I've had for probably the last year minimum, at least.
So he hasn't cut his hair since our first YouTube video. That's a thing.
Wow.
So the thing is my
No
mom
trims either.
What's that?
No trims either.
A couple trims. So my mom's a beautician, and since I was, fresh new, she was the only one that's ever cut my hair. And when we moved, I told Monica, I was like, well, I'm just going to be a hairy mess because only my mom can cut my hair because I don't know what to tell anybody. Do I show them a picture?
Because mom just does it.
He loves her.
So yeah, that's kind of where that started. In fact, the other day we had one of our club members' kids come up. They were watching on the TV, and he's like, did you have a haircut in that video? I was like, no, that's just
a year ago.
That was a new video at that time. So
that's awesome. Here is the link. I think this will work. It may not. I'm not sure. But if you guys would go over there and subscribe to that ATN Live, you'll see it's a little bit. It's our All Terrain Nation, different logo, but it is us. That was the main thing I wanted to get out tonight was because there's so many people that start stealing, images and all that, and try to represent themselves as that. So I wanted to make sure that people actually knew. There's no videos, there's nothing on there, but as of now we have one subscriber.
Oh, see, I just found out about it tonight, so I couldn't even subscribe.
I know I was trying to tell her before we came up here to, hey, can you subscribe to this real quick? And we
Day in
couldn't
my
even
life,
find our
folks.
own channel. So
Day in my life, folks.
I'm gonna
all right,
screw
Kelly,
it up
let's get this poll.
and then do it again.
Let's get this poll wrapped up because I don't think it's a mystery of what this poll is actually going to be, but I'm kind of curious to where people actually think it's going to go, or where they voted anyway. Woo! Hey, that's repayment. See, I like this community. Like, I got 2 subs now, and you guys got over a hump. That's all right.
Exactly. That's how this works.
All right, so I'm going to end the poll. Or are you doing it?
No, you can do it. I was trying to.
All right, so I just ended the poll, and it says, which would you choose, the Badlands, Sasquatch, or Wildtrak? And I hate when people go Wildtrak, Sasquatch, because it's like, no, it's just a Wildtrak. But 74% chose Badlands. 74%.
I get it. I understand.
I would have thought, honestly, this would have about 50-50, though, because as many as the Wildtraks as I see, like all the Bronco events.
I think we convinced a lot financially.
I feel like there is a huge following for Wildtrak, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably still working, I would think.
Yeah, they're working to pay for their.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's all about that. That's the cool part about Bronco. It's all about what you want and what you're going to do with it. Build the thing to suit your needs. So no matter the package, I just enjoy seeing people out there using them.
Yeah,
100%.
Don't be scared of them just because they're a new vehicle and intimidated to go off road. Let's all go play. Have a good time.
I still get excited seeing other Broncos on the road.
Yeah,
me too.
Exactly.
I wave even if they don't wave back.
Yeah,
we got
like,
a wave yesterday.
I'm
We
just like,
did.
Bronco. Now I got
our
like
2-year-old, he's really good at defining a Bronco and a Jeep.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty
Figured it
surprising.
my
And he knows
friend,
the difference between the two.
Well,
Yeah.
enough.
For the most
I
part, he
know.
goes deeper.
Go ahead, Allie. I'm sorry. I keep cutting you off.
No, my friend taught her son, whenever you see a Bronco, you get like excited and yell Bronco. Whenever you see a Jeep, you say heap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Funny. Speaking of which, Allie, you got to go back home of sorts to Map. Your Bronco got to visit where it was conceived. How did that go?
And held hostage for several months.
So they took you to Dirt Mountain?
Oh no, we were just at Map. No, we were just at Map. It was really good. So a plant launch manager had reached out to me, inviting Michigan Bronco Club to come out and hang out for the day because it was family day. Mm-hmm. So we got to hang out with all the workers, and the amount of workers that were just swarming our Broncos was so cool to see. Because, like, obviously, yeah, they see these things every day.
Were they looking for defects?
No. Last thing. So it was just really cool to like see everyone interact, because it was really nice to see the Michigan Bronco Club members just being so thankful that like, hey, thank you for building this. Like, y'all take great pride in your work. Like, it was because like everybody was excited to see him. Like, nobody really, like, they knew that we were coming, but when he first told me, he's like, hey, just get some Broncos there. I'm like, okay. If you say get Broncos there, like, I'm going to get Broncos there. Like, you need to give me a limit. What can I do? He never gave me a limit. We had like 97 people RSVP.
Wow.
And I had first told him, I'm like, I need 60 spots. And he's like, well, damn, girl. He's like, you really did get Broncos there. I'm like, yeah, but like, I haven't advertised for it. Because like, now I'm scared to. Because I'm like, I don't want too many to show up. But it was really cool to see everything kind of come together, and like there was games and food, and we got to go inside the plant. There were a bunch of raptors. I was in heaven seeing all those raptors. So
yeah, that's awesome. I got pictures up right now.
It was so cool.
These are from Laura, who was on our show last week, and the heritage is there. Seeing the raptors up on the lift. What do you know what they were exactly doing when they're up on the lift like that?
Just quality check.
Okay.
Just simple stuff.
Well, I see some leaky fluid down there. I don't want to
I
discuss
noticed that too. I wasn't
that.
gonna say
You can.
Maybe
So,
you should have asked Laura if we
I
could
know.
share our kids.
Well, I was
Facebook.
hoping that it was just Broncos that I was quickly going through. Seeing all the Bronco gear and stuff that they have in the plant itself, man, like shows there's a lot of pride in building these, that's very cool because I worked for Nissan manufacturing here in Middle Tennessee, and trust me, they didn't have cool images of their cars up. It was a very boring place to be.
It was you can go over there, but you can't go over there.
Yeah. And so that was really cool that
and here's the shop that you can buy Nissan clothes. That's about it.
Yeah, that you can afford because that's about all you can afford.
Yeah.
That was super cool. I gotta say, like, August is always super busy in Michigan for Bronco events now. Like, last year was crazy. This year's crazy. Like, after Woodward this week, it's my 6th weekend doing a Bronco event. And then it's one weekend off and I'm going to Colorado and then I'm done. I'm done.
I like that. I like that you're basically in every family photo that Laura has on her Facebook page. You're just part of the family now of their family.
I am.
The boys love her.
Well,
I know Laura had talked about that as the boys are like, hi.
Yeah.
So when does Woodward kick off for you?
Woodward kicks off for me on Thursday with Bronco Nation. Bronco Nation events Thursday, Friday. And then Saturday the cruise, but again, Bronco Nation. So
I'll be disappointed if there's not a flat tire and Jordan has to change it. I will be very disappointed.
We'll make sure to get a picture for you.
You have been teasing. You're like if that Mustang comes in, I'm gonna give keys to Jordan, and I'm like, do it. I think it would be amazing.
I told her she better have a sticker on the side.
I think it's a really weird coincidence that these are now getting released and it's Woodward.
I feel like
Jordan's gonna be here on
CEO.
Thursday.
Yeah, I think Jim Farley basically he watches this channel, the CEO of Ford, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna mess with them just a little bit.
Hey guys, hold this big number.
Yeah, have to come back here. No, that is and I think it would be fun to like get a picture in front of well, we're gonna do it. We'll get it in front of Flat Rock.
Yeah,
definitely. How weird, like your vehicle just shipped from this plant. You pick it up just to take it right back to the plant to get a picture in front of it.
I'm not gonna lie, I brought Bucky back to map and I got a picture.
That's awesome.
We need to make it out there.
Just be like, why? I don't know, just because. But it's really funny because it's kind of been a full circle moment for me. Because I grew up in Wayne. I grew up 2 minutes from the plant. And I'm like, growing up, like, I would have never thought I'd be as involved with Ford as I am. Like, I come from a GM family. Like, Ford was not talked about in our see.
Same. The fact that I, like, the first car I bought when he and I first got together was a Nissan, and I drove it into my parents' driveway. And I swear to God, if they could have shot me dead right there, they would have in their driveway. But now for us to be a Ford,
we're not a Ford family.
I mean, we're not a Ford family, but it like Ford is just really only is the only one that's really putting good stuff out.
Right now, yeah.
And for us to do that, my mom's like, yeah, that's awesome. But you get a family discount with GM, and I'm like,
we get a family discount because we have such awesome customers here that occasionally, help us out. Cousins that work for the thing that wink wink. But anyways, we got to get BBA. That's I'm just calling you guys the BBA now.
I was like,
we've got to get you guys out to the East Coast sometime, man. We got Supercell that's in the what is it, April?
Yeah,
that's a big event. It's very family friendly.
Mm-hmm.
My goal is to make it out to Tennessee next spring.
Nice.
That'd be so fun.
Yes.
I think it'd be fun to get you guys to wheel at Windrock because it's
a total different wheeling experience.
I bet.
Our Slick Rock is truly Slick Rock versus Moab.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to lie. At first, I was like kind of kicking myself that I booked a plane ticket to go to Colorado because I was trying to make it work like with Buck. I'm like, okay, if I leave here, I can at least make it for like a day. I'm like, I can't wheel for a day and then turn around and go home.
No. Oh, wait, you're flying out?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. Don't be afraid of what you're getting yourself into then. You're not driving it.
Riding with us.
I'm riding with them.
Then you're good. Allie, you're going to have a blast.
Just take a jacket. Take a jacket because the mountains do get a little chilly.
Take a jacket and take some
I heard
shorts.
to pack layers. So.
It's getting cold here already at night.
Yeah.
So
No frost.
I've been kind of dreaming for some chilly fall weather, and I don't normally get that way because I'm a summer
You know
guy.
why? Because it's freaking swamp weather.
Yes.
And it has been for 4 months.
I mean, it is. I love fall, but I'm not ready yet.
Summer went like that. It's crazy.
All right. I have to call out Paul Elliott. He's been a comedian in the chat all night, and he's been poking at me in the comment sections of my videos. Paul, I love it, buddy. Keep it up. But yes, in Tennessee, you got to count the fingers because
I thought it was toes. Count the toes.
Well, we have a nuclear plant near all of this mess too. Well, basically, the Manhattan Project was developed right next to Windrock Park.
Yeah.
So,
Dang.
in Oak Ridge, Tennessee.
I had somebody ask me if I've been to Drummond Island. I have not been to Drummond Island.
Well, see,
I've not either.
What we need to do is get a bunch of us YouTubers together and
There we
just
go.
all meet somewhere.
I would
just
love to get a
recruit us
group
as
of us
YouTubers?
together. It would be so fun.
Yes.
That would be awesome.
I
Make
can't
that-
believe
Minus
Minus
minus one or two, but
Stop.
because they would overshadow us. I'm talking like TFL, these big auto channels.
Okay.
Come on, jeez, get your
Yeah,
head
we
out
don't
of wherever.
from there,
Yeah, Matt's recovery. We don't want to be around him because that means it's bad. And we're gonna
But
be.
he's
recovering.
awesome. I love those guys.
Oh
They were-
yeah, no, we're just saying we don't want to have him come out and help us.
You know what's
Because that would
funny?
be bad.
So last year we were at Jeep Invasion, which
Yes.
is a big event here, and they were out here. And I'm checking out his car, his off road. I forget what is that car the off road car he's got, the station
Mortar.
wagon. Yeah, and I'm
That's a
checking that out, and I'm like, all these people are like, "Did you meet Matt?" And I was like, "Oh, dude, we were in the music
We
business,
used to work
so,
in the music business,
so
it
I don't
doesn't
like to
faze
bother
us.
people. I'm like, look, man, I don't want people bothering me when I'm trying to do my business. Don't leave that guy alone. But no, all of his vehicles and stuff there were pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
what you see on camera is truly what you get. They're just simple,
awesome.
down to earth
They were
people.
very kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he definitely seems like a very there was one channel there that I didn't want to be around. It starts with an L and a B. But I'll burn that bridge. OnlyFans.
I can't, y'all. Like I can't.
I love poking Kelly. I love when you get mad.
Laura says, Dave, my husband is teaching me how to change a flat tire because I'm going myself.
Where are we
Woodward.
going? Oh, I was like, where are you going, Laura?
No, she's driving up here. So Bronco Nation is doing off-roading on Thursday. Friday, we are doing the Paquette plant where the Model T was built. The Ford Archives, which I'm personally geeking out about. And then World Headquarters, and then Ford's Garage. And Laura is driving all the way up by herself Thursday night to be there for Friday and Saturday.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Good. No,
Laura needs to just get another house in Michigan because she's been up here like the last 3 weekends.
That's what we were saying. We need
Yeah.
like an East Coast Bronco and then the one that stays home, and then we can
That's
come see you
genius.
guys.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to work it out.
Yeah.
You guys can
Why
be
it's a
ambassadors,
Bronco,
man.
you know?
See, if you're ambassadors, you just say, Ford, I need a Bronco over there. And they're like, oh, no problem. We got you. See, I'm trying to work it out for you guys.
Yeah.
Always be selling here, man.
I'll just bring the grill with us, though. Just everywhere.
A little piece of, yeah. Sorry, Ford. I have to have my grill in this.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't fly with it. They won't let you.
The grill? You put it in luggage. People fly with
I
people
would
fly
be
with golf
afraid that they
clubs.
would break it. You
You
want
just
to
get a
just
golf
like
bag.
tuck it
Just
into
put it in
the
the golf
plane.
bag. You'll be fine. You're like, oh, you're a big golfer? No.
yeah.
Golf enthusiast.
No, I just like my car, okay?
Right?
Just have car parts in there. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Facts.
So Derek, Monica, what do you guys have coming up? What's
Oh
can
man,
you hint at what we might see coming up? I know it's been a minute for your channel, but
boy,
No.
we've got Hawaii coming up. After that, we'll be in Denver, or not
Yeah.
Denver, Buena Vista, for Supercell. Geez, we're doing a Sawtooth trail cleanup.
Nice.
With
awesome.
Fred Lightly up here in the Owyhees, I believe.
With the Boise Bronco
Yeah,
Club.
Boise Bronco Club. That's a cool one. It's the steepest road accessible to a full-size vehicle in Idaho. So
Oh, wow.
I've
it's
seen
real
somebody
mountains.
do a video on this before. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That'll be a good one. Boy, what's after that? We're hoping to make it to SEMA this year.
Nice.
Ooh, so that'll blow your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That'll be fun.
never
A
been.
lot of walking. Take nice shoes. Comfortable shoes.
Take the Tesla.
The
Take
loop.
the Tesla loop.
The
Tesla.
underground thing.
Yeah.
Yep. It'll save you a lot of walking.
it'll save you a lot of walking. There are Tesla tunnels under it, and so literally you just go down and get in the Teslas, and the Teslas drive you from the north to the south or whatever. You just tell them which one you want to go to, and they'll just.
And believe it or not, we didn't find it till later in the day.
Oh, we wish we'd have found it earlier.
And it did make a difference because we would cover press events and we'd have to be from one side of the building to the next. And you're like,
I think we walked like 10 miles that day.
yeah, it was something ridiculous.
That's
And
good.
it was from 9 to 6.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a lot.
And then we paid $20 for a chicken sandwich.
Oh yeah, yeah. Pack a lunch.
All right.
It's expensive.
Good to know, too.
Then I think one of our later events will be down for Willing for a Cause in
Mhm.
Mason, Texas. So
Nice.
Very
be-
cool.
That's Tyler. That's Tyler's thing he does, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Potemsi, though,
Those are fun.
I'm in love with it.
yeah.
I love Sand Hollow and I love everywhere we've been, but Potemsi was just fun.
Really?
It's a different kind of terrain.
Yeah. The rocks down there. I mean, it tore up my shoes.
Yeah,
Like the rocks
you
are
could walk
crazy.
vertically up
Yeah.
the wall. It's insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I've watched Tyler a lot of the videos and stuff he does down there. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And we've got some good friends that do that down there. Well, Exodus 4-wheel drive, they do some stuff down there. And no, I've heard and I've seen a lot of like Toyota events that go through that. And yeah, it looks like a really good time.
Yeah.
Bronco
it's-
dude, contact Andrew Farkas. They are doing it. I have no info on it.
Yeah.
What
And then
what was that, Allie?
Goods.
They're doing a Woodward like pre-cruise thing that they're gonna go drive downtown. But I have no idea what's going on with that.
Do you know if is there any special launches or anything that press events or anything that Ford has coming up? Anything new colors that because they like to announce weird stuff at this thing.
At Woodward?
Mhm. It's usually if they like color changes when they announce them at Woodward.
Mm-mm. No, I mean they
So-
kind of announced the Bronco today that they're getting rid of Area 51.
Yes.
Dang.
Well, the Azure Gray fills that, and it's a much prettier
I
color.
know, I love Azure Gray. Like that's
It's like
one of my
the
favorites.
the pearly color of it.
Yeah.
It's good
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean nothing really. I mean we have Detroit Auto Show coming in September, so I know Ford has 2 releases, but I don't know what it is.
Well, truck F-150 gets launched there. I do know officially, even though they're floating everywhere around Michigan. There's plenty of
I know
photos.
you
You
can
want
see
to see
them. Google it.
it. Right. Ford has a real habit right now of like not hiding their. They're just like, "F it, man. We're just might as well just show everybody. I don't care."
Yes,
It's an unofficial fan club, Paul.
yes. Maya does have her own fan club. Actually, so during Supercell, my mom was so weirded out of how many people came up and was like, "Oh, like, hey, Maya." My mom's like, "Why the hell does everyone know your dog?" I'm like, well, she's just kind of a celebrity, okay?
Because they know the dog first, and then they go, "Oh, there's Allie."
Yeah,
Ellie's here.
basically.
I like what Jay calls Azure Gray, Area 52. Yes.
I didn't even notice the 52 for
Yeah.
a second because I was like, "Are we asking which one's better?"
All right, it's dog chat. Is Maya coming this Friday?
No, she may be there on Saturday.
There you go. If you want to meet the world famous Maya, you may do it on Saturday. Couple things, Allie, I want to get to before we wrap up, and I'll be curious about our friends over there at Bronco. I want to bring this back up. And so some of the changes, the base is gone. That's surprising. That would be the one that I thought wouldn't leave. And I know my base crowd loves when I talk about base Broncos, but I would have thought that would have stayed and they would have just made that a 2-3 and that's it. Kind of some of the changes. Derek, I don't know if you guys have
I
seen
didn't.
any of the changes that they've done for
I'm not
24.
surprised base is gone.
Yeah, just
But I
very-
would have left it just 28-inch wheels, just very basic.
yeah.
No, I'm not
Um,
surprised.
Black Diamond did go up a little bit. Heritage went up, depending on configuration. Any idea of black tops on these things, Allie? Have they said anything about besides the white tops on these?
Nope.
Which bums me out because that was the one I wanted to talk to Luke about that. That was the one thing I wanted a painted roof on our Bronco, and we're getting into model year 24, and Ford is just like, it's kind of like their app, their trail app, where nobody heard anything about it for a long time.
And then it just poof came out and it was crap.
Yeah. Basically, these tops will just be half painted, and they'll be like, well, we tried.
We
We
tried
wanted the color. We didn't say it would be great.
The white's just primer. You decide after that.
Exactly. See?
I mean, the tops look great. I've seen them in person. The white tops, they look great. And I'm like, why can you not do a black painted top that way then? Because that's what I expected for Raptor, Allie. I did expect for Raptor. When we saw the code orange, they did a reveal for us. Yeah, she does little paws.
Yeah, I was gonna say she'll give you a paw print. We'll do that for Christmas.
I was
send out
surprised.
paw print Christmas cards.
Allie, I was surprised that when we saw the code orange package, which has been shit on like crazy, I'm surprised how many people in these forums are just about the Raptor code orange package.
I love
But I
it.
was surprised when we saw the launch of it, no painted roof on that. I'm like, it just like half-assed, man.
I like the code orange package. I don't hate it.
I do, but no, the forums don't like it at all.
Really?
Yes, they're
What
not
are they
happy
bitching about?
They bitch about everything.
Well, yeah, but I mean, what specifically are they bitching about?
That you're already at a $93,000-$4,000 vehicle, and now you're adding another couple grand to it.
We did mention that though. We did talk to Ford when they talked about that.
We had a nice dinner.
Just
with
so
Ford
you all
Performance.
know, we did actually, when we get a chance to talk to people, we are very diplomatic about it. But we do actually say, hey, you know, our concerns are that you've got a X amount of cost vehicle, and then you're talking about an X amount of cost, you know, upcharge for this. So
we do let them know that the enthusiasts are. This is kind of what they think.
For sure.
Detroit Auto Show is now in September.
Man, Bronco dude, where you been, buddy?
No.
Hey, so we had a thing called a pandemic happen. I don't know if you were there or not. 3 years of everybody's lives ruined. But before that, they did move the auto show. I'm picking Bronco dude. But yeah, no, that's
they moved it,
some
and
of us
then
are feeling
COVID
affected
happened,
by
and
that,
then
pandemic still.
yes.
Yeah, I think last year was the first year it was back.
Yeah, because every time, like, it was supposed to move 2020, it was going to move
because we were going to go.
The pandemic screwed that up,
and then they canceled it.
Yeah,
and then they supposedly moved it, and then they canceled it.
Well, they moved it, so it was going to be in July or something initially, and then they moved it. Allie, Raptors went up again, $37.55 price increase.
Wow.
Does Ford just want to hit that $99,000 MSRP?
I don't know. It like really sucks because it's like you're pricing the real enthusiasts like way out of the market. Like, I'm sorry, we're not all millionaires.
100%.
Like, I don't know. It's just really frustrating.
What's upsetting too, because like I've not been Team Raptor till obviously we did the
Raptor off rodeo,
the off rodeo, and getting to experience that vehicle in a high speed desert run, which was great. You understand it better, but 72,000 I thought was expensive for that vehicle when it initially hit, and now you're at basically $99,000 for this vehicle. I think if dealers had not been greedy and upcharged the piss out of that thing, they wouldn't have done that. But I think the dealers are like, or Ford's like, if the dealers are getting that for it,
why can't I?
Why don't we get that for it?
That's literally what they thought.
Yeah. Allie,
and I guarantee that's where these price increases came from too. Sorry, how does it feel?
Allie, anything else big stand out about?
Done yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Good night, everybody.
Marital Nation, y'all.
I'll turn this over to Kelly.
No, and I wonder if that's, you know, part of Ford's response to, okay, the dealers are upcharging. And I mean, we all know that the price increases are coming anyway because of the effects of the pandemic.
Even when I ordered my Raptor, I had justified to myself, okay, this is probably going to go up $2,000 by the time that I got it. But the fact that it went up $13,500, like, I can't justify that. Like, that's insane.
No.
Well, and you know, obviously we talk a little bit of Ranger and everything.
But like, you weren't gaining anything.
Yeah.
No.
But that's part of why I wanted the Ranger Raptor year 1, because I'm scared what year 2 will be.
Yeah.
I mean, if ours is 56,000, I think MSRP, by the year after it'll be $60,000, and then it'll be 65, and then it's ridiculous. Derek, would you guys? I mean, could you see yourself buying a Raptor at any point? I mean, obviously that's an expensive price tag, but I mean,
Right.
you get into $100,000. Do you go wheel that thing like you wheel your Wildtrak?
No, because my opinion, I don't think within reason the Raptor's designed to be on rocks like that. Can it do it? Yes, but is that its place? I don't think so. I think it's on the desert and, hauling ass and flying in the sky as much as you can. Like, that's what I would do with the Raptor.
Live in the
But
dunes.
can it do it? Yes. Should it do it?
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah, and that's within reason on a lot of things, of course. But we actually talked about ordering a Raptor for a little bit. But there again, as prices just kept going up, it's like,
Not reasonable anymore.
Yeah.
It's only been out a year and a half.
Right. Yeah, there's one for sale here local that's used. I think it's a 22, and I mean it's only got like 3,000 miles on it, but they're asking 104. It's insane.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's definitely out of our price range. So
Same.
Yeah. We talked about earlier Outer Banks losing a 2-door model, which is kind of weird. I would think too that maybe Big Ben down the road loses a 2-door model, Allie.
Yeah,
I could see it.
I could see it.
I mean, I don't want to see that happen to the 2. I like 2-doors, and I would like to have a 2-door down the road, but I don't see the take rate is obviously not as good for a 2-door as it is 4-door.
Well, part of that take rate is because everybody said, or they kept saying you can't get one. We're not building.
I don't know. You look at Jeep. Jeep doesn't sell as many 2-doors as you think anymore. I mean, I think it's probably, I bet it's less than 10% of all Jeep Wrangler sales are 2-door.
Yeah, but do you wonder if Ford has painted themselves in the corner with this because they made it so difficult to get a 2-door with the restrictions and just saying, hey, we can't do them. Now you've changed the market.
I could honestly see Wildtrak only being a 4-door too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think from a stability standpoint, you would want it to be a 4-door.
Wait, you're about to upset Mark King. He has a 2-door.
No, I know, but I'm saying from a stability standpoint of what you're doing with the vehicle itself.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that. I mean, I just don't know Wildtrak if people are out there hitting the dunes with it. I mean, Derek and them are actually taking theirs off road and rock crawling and stuff. They're not that I know of. I mean, you guys have some sand, but you guys do have some sand dunes in your area now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love the dunes. Like, if I could pick anywhere to go every time, that's where
Seems like one of your early videos was y'all in the dunes, right?
Yeah. Exactly. It's just easy. I mean, if you get stuck, well, you just put in reverse and back up.
Yeah.
You don't have to make a big deal about it. So
Or sand mode.
Yeah, but if you don't make a big deal, how do you get views on your video?
You jump it.
Yeah, you got to jump it. Yeah.
Tent on.
That's
That's how you break it.
That's the best thing ever. That's the first questions I asked.
Allie, Everglades is back. That's a surprising one.
I'm not surprised. I think they still gotta break this up a little bit because I mean they definitely made it simpler, but at the same time I think there are still restrictions on it.
And the slide out tailgate is now standard.
Love
it's also
that.
standard on the Heritage.
Love it.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, I like our diabolical rack. I think it's more practical, but
For what we do.
I still would have liked to had the slide out tailgate. Anything stand out to you, Kelly, that you might see there gone away?
I think no matter what Ford does, if they want to improve the Bronco lineup, they've just got to do it and put a Coyote in these things. You can't beat if a Bronco had a Coyote. Yeah, sign me up. That could be their $100,000 base price vehicle, and I'd sign up on that shit tomorrow.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do like some type of Raptor or like Raptor R where they do that, but like in a normal Bronco, it'll never happen.
Yeah.
Well, there are some. I will say I know for a fact there are some testing, but I don't know if it was just a fun experiment that Ford wanted to try. That
they're not passing the emissions. They won't.
Oh, I don't doubt that. Well,
Idaho, man.
That's about Tennessee anymore too.
Yeah.
No, I could see them doing a Raptor R version of that, like the F-150 Raptor R.
Where they make 10 of them. Just kidding.
They would sell probably a couple thousand a year.
What they would make is what I'm saying.
Allie, what's a Raptor or what's a F-150 Raptor R, what is that? $109,000,
Yeah, they
$110,000.
start at like 110.
So and a Bronco,
There'd
I
be
think they're
such a
getting
market for
120.
that. It'd be insane.
I mean, Bronco Raptors are already more expensive than the regular Raptors.
Yeah.
And it's a V6.
Like if they're gonna start at like 120.
I'm just gonna say, if I have $119,000 to spend on a vehicle,
I know where this is going.
you know where I'm gonna jump ship to. I'm gonna go to a Grand Wagoneer.
No
No.
way. I'm going to a TRX. That's what I thought you were going.
That's
No.
what I was thinking too. Yeah.
I'm going to a Grand Wagoneer with that Hurricane in it.
Because you're bougie, man.
It's a Hurricane in it, dude. That shit goes. But yeah, the TRX would be nice too. But I don't know that I would spend $100,000 on a TRX.
I would have to be a very multimillionaire to want to
Yeah.
spend $110,000 on any truck.
Well, no, I agree, but I'm just saying from a practicality standpoint, I think for us it would make more sense as a Grand Wagoneer. But that's just me.
Alley Raptor now gets body painted fenders, which is standard. Which
They do.
they did listen. They listened to their audience on that.
Well, and I
Listen
know a
to
lot
the
of people
people.
are. Huh? Go ahead, Allie. I'm
I said
sorry.
they listen to the people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I will say though, there's been a lot of backlash on this Code Orange discontinuation because I know a lot of people are mad about that.
Yep.
Ugh, I
And
hate
Shelter
that
Green's a
color.
new Ford performance color for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they were very
a
mad
lot
about
of people have been pissed.
that. I was bummed when we trying to order our
Yeah.
Ranger Raptor because
Yeah.
I wanted that color, and obviously it's not going to be there. High package will be unavailable to order for the Raptor. That's kind of interesting. We talked
So
about
does that mean it's going to be Lux only?
Yeah.
yeah. See
It's
that?
bougie.
Which I'm sorry, you're
Right.
spending $100,000. It needs
I'm
to be
bougie.
Lux.
I'll admit it. I'm bougie. It's okay. I own it.
Allie, do you know? I see there's some all trims are getting a little bit new interior finishes and stuff. Any ideas what's going on with that?
Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah.
I'm
We'll
sure
find out
we'll
when
find out.
build and price happens.
I know you were excited by the 4-way adjustable headrest. I didn't realize this was a complaint to people till Allie let
Oh
me
my
know.
God, all the time.
So tell me more about this 4-way adjustable headrest because I didn't know it was an issue either.
What does that
So,
mean?
so right now they only go up and down.
Right.
That's it.
Oh,
Like,
so
you can't pull them forward. You can't adjust. Yeah, so I'm guessing now it just goes front to back.
On what
Ours go
package?
forward and backward.
Huh?
Ours go forward and backward.
It doesn't go backwards, but it goes forward.
Yeah, and it goes all the way back.
Oh, mine doesn't. Mine.
Well, we got the Lux interior because we're bougie.
I got
so-
Lux. I got Lux because we're bougie. I got Lux too, but I'm in a Badlands.
Yeah, no, our
Is that a
headrest.
Wildtrak thing?
I don't know. Our headrest, they.
I wonder if it's a 22 thing.
I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
Plus,
well,
in the rear seat, we got cup holders too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's okay. There's car seats blocking them,
You
so
can't
it was
even get
money
to 'em.
well spent.
Sweet. I almost wore my shirt that says "I love my cup holders" tonight. That honest got the
We
honest
need
sent me.
tricks like
So.
that.
I will say that the headrest thing I can understand because we actually had a friend of ours who is a Nissan guy,
Mhm.
bought a Bronco, hated the Bronco, sold the Bronco because he was not comfortable in it. They could not get comfortable in the seat itself. And I was like, well, damn, this is the most comfortable seat compared to all these other vehicles. But for him, it was the way the headrest sat. It was all the things. Like he just, what was he, 6'2", I think he said?
Oz, he's probably
Oz.
6'4".
Maybe
He-
6,
Yeah.
something like that. But still, like he could not get low enough to be able to see because he had all of it right in his eyes. Like he couldn't drive the vehicle. So he sold it.
Question about Raptor starting price. Well, what they're
Yeah.
92 now, so add 92 to 37.55, and there's your what 90, basically $96,000 now for starting price.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest too. Like you look at we paid 54 for our Badlands year one,
That's the thing. I
and
paid
they're
for
basically
two.
60 now. We proved it tonight. It's basically $60,000.
Yep.
In 2 years, basically. That's nuts to me.
Mhm.
I don't know that. Like, I mean, obviously we're okay. We're stable in our income, but I thought 54 was a tough pill to swallow back then. I can't imagine adding basically another $6,000 to it.
No. That's
And then,
crazy.
then a lot of people have trade-ins.
Yeah.
and-
And they're upside down on them.
Yeah, Allie, you would speak to that. I mean, I'm sure you see a lot of people with trade-ins that are way upside down. They want the latest thing, and then they got an $80,000 Badlands.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely. I think the next couple of years definitely going to be interesting, but that's all I'll kind of say on that.
Yep, that's right. We did lose Dr. Simple Beauty because she couldn't get comfortable in hers either.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot all about that.
Yep.
But I thought she was buying a different one. She got a Badlands.
No, she got a Sport. Or no, she got a Renegade or something?
She traded, but she had a Badlands, 2-door Badlands, manual transmission.
Yeah, and then she got rid of that one too, I think.
How do I remember these people from 2 years ago, what they ordered? That's crazy.
Not it.
Can't even tell you what I ordered anymore. Like Luke was saying, like I haven't paid attention. That's the bad thing.
We don't know what we had for dinner yesterday, but yet you can remember
Yeah.
what somebody ordered their truck on.
Bronco is not moving the needle as it used to be. So as far as like me looking at the deep details of some of this, I forget some of this.
That's what I thought, Andy, that she went to Jeep.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I thought she had another one on order.
She went to Heap.
Yeah. Jason Boyd, man, I wish I'd got the Raptor now. It'd be worth a little more.
Speaking of YouTube royalty, Chad's in the house. Chad's got a nice travel channel. He does a lot of stuff with.
Nice.
So he's sticking with his 21 Badlands that cost him $49K, and it's about to hit 50,000 miles.
Nice.
Chad, I believe, got his right before we did. So he's putting between him and Peugeot and some of these guys, they're just putting the miles on their vehicles.
So here's the thing that, and we kind of talked about this a little bit. People have asked, "Hey, are you going to keep your Bronco?" And what was my answer to that?
Our Bronco? I don't have a Bronco. I lost that. It was a settlement issue.
What was my answer when people would ask us if we're keeping our Bronco?
Well, you are, yes. No, go ahead. I don't know where you're going with this.
Okay. So my answer was always, let's see how it holds up by the time we get to 36,000 miles, because there's a lot that can go wrong before that 36,000 miles and make a deciding factor for you to go ahead and take that jump. My curiosity is going to be, how are these vehicles going to hold up for the long run with all of the electronics and everything else that's in it? So that's my concern with all of us that have gone like to a push button stay bar disconnect, push button lockers, push button, all this stuff. Like, how is that electronic going to hold up over time? With it, because it's not tried and true for 20 years.
Well, guys,
it's
like,
new.
Like Derek and Monica there, they use the piss out of theirs, it seems like, and you guys really haven't had any issues, right?
We got a good one. I don't know what happened.
You better knock on some wood.
Yeah. That's the thing. I've had very little wrong with my Bronco, so it's like,
other than us,
I'm thinking longer. I'm thinking more like when they're 5 years old, when they're 6 years old, because
that's true. But I mean, at the same time, I've already worn mine out faster than the average person.
Right.
That's
like,
true.
I already have 45K on it.
That's true.
Mean, when these Broncos are old and sitting in fields, they're just going to be all imploded because the roofs are going to fall in, whether it's a soft top or a hard top,
And you can't just rewire one of these things like the old ones. Like, it's not
right.
There's a lot too.
That is the bummer about that.
Yeah.
Right.
There again, sorry.
Ford doesn't want to listen to the Coyote idea. Well, let's get away from some of those push button features. Let's go a little more manual on the transfer case and other things.
Oh,
like
I miss manual transfer.
Goat modes are cool, but when I'm stuck on a trail because of a solenoid, that I can't fix, versus getting in there and manually shifting it. Mm-hmm. That's where huge upgrades could be made, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, our federal government's regulating all that crap now too, which sucks.
Yeah, look what they did to the gas can,
Tell me, I got one bloated out in my driveway.
We can't even talk about it because long story short, I was dropping our daughter off for school one morning and there was a guy at the school that had run out of gas. And our daughter goes, "Mom, are you going to help him?" I was like, "I don't know what's wrong with his car." She's like, "But you can ask and see if you can help." And I was like, son of a bitch. My daughter's trying to make me a good person here. So I dropped her off at school. The guy was in the
emergency lane.
No, in the check-in where you check your kids in or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I just ran out of gas. And I was like, okay, well, I'll go get you some. He's like, no, really? I was like, no, really, I'll go get you some. So I came home, got a gas can, and couldn't figure out the damn thing because of all the safety measures on it. And I'm like, and I am not a stupid person. Like, this damn thing.
It's so dumb.
I think I had to call him and say, how do I work this damn gas can?
But you put it in that hole.
I get that, but it didn't. Well, like, it was
I know.
so weird.
I know.
It was so weird.
Anyway,
That's a whole nother live stream. Just gas cans.
The gas.
PTSD.
live on All Terrain Nation,
That's right.
For real.
ATN Live, talking about gas cans tonight.
It's a real issue, guys.
It is.
We'll get changed.
We'll talk about the history of gas cans.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Allie, we'll wrap this up. Anything else that you know of right now that people should look for if they're looking for a 24 order? Order bank's open, I believe the 16th, maybe somewhere in there.
We're being told the 16th. It'll
But-
probably crash. Probably be the next day.
But I think 23s are being built till September.
Yes.
So if you have a 23, don't freak out that the 24s, you're starting to hear about 24s. Or freak out that you're like, holy crap, they're getting some updates that I wanted. And then, well.
And
sorry.
once you get your VIN is
Locked
specific.
in.
It's going to
And
be
just
your
so people know, if you have a 23 and it moves to 24, there's still no model year protection. They've been very clear on that. I think that's it.
All right, finally, Allie, it's that time of the show where we get a Mustang update. Is it in a pond? Is it in a tree? Is it in Alaska? Where is our Mustang this week? And this is brought to you by White Knuckle Off-Road Products. When you think of Mustangs not where they're supposed to be, you think of White Knuckle Off-Road.
It's with Jordan Parker.
If it's in
I
Hawaii,
wouldn't
we'll
be
get it.
surprised. Jordan's like, I've got pullover at Ford. Let's see what we can do.
Hold on.
You need to locate Jordan Parker, and guess what? He's standing right next to
Can we
our
check the
Mustang.
air pressure of the tires? That's when we'll know Jordan's around. If they're low, he's around. He's like Batman of changing tires.
I mean, it is kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh no, not at all. We've had good times with Jordan.
I'll be honest, Bronto. I think I've done the same thing where I've just spilled the gas a little bit with a gas can.
Yeah, don't use the cap. Just
Yeah.
All right, this week the Mustang.
Oh wait, hold on.
She's gonna
Oh,
choose the right vehicle.
Wrong Mustang.
No,
No.
those are Broncos and
No, one of them got moved. Oh, that's weird. Okay, sorry.
sorry, doing my job.
You're
Well,
still
currently I'm still at the rail yard. Right, and it has not moved in a week.
nope.
So,
But
no,
look
so-
at you're at the plant though.
Yeah, a truck plant. How did my car end up at a truck plant? It beats the pond that it was in, though.
My car.
Whoever's car.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh wait, isn't that new?
Transportation?
no, it's been there.
What did I say?
it's
I can't
Cassins.
see it.
It says Cassins.
And what does that mean?
It's the company that comes to pick them up.
Oh, hey, Caston, come pick
But
our
isn't that
car
new?
up.
Mm-mm. It's been on there
Oh,
They're late.
There you go.
since
Mustang
7:30.
update. I know it's an exciting part of the show. You guys asked for it.
oh
And,
God! Paul just said we should name the Mustang Waldo. Damn
No.
it! That's kind of cute.
we name our vehicles based
Where's
on TV
Waldo?
shows we watch.
That's true.
I'm thinking it's Laszlo.
Oh God, no,
It's not Nadia.
Naja. Get it right.
Gizmo.
All right, guys. Barrel
So
Nation.
whether it be 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, I don't know anymore, man. Whatever you drive.
If
This
y'all
is-
drive a Ford, you're in the right place.
That's right. This is your All Terrain Nation, and we're out. Peace, everybody.
See ya.
Maybe.
Nope.
Pull it in.
All right,
I
we're
know.
still here.